things so I can like see when people comment. 'Cause I never know because we're live on YouTube, Frank. We're on YouTube again. YouTube.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's crazy, Frank. And we're on Facebook too. And I gotta go and find out where the hell I'm at. All right, guys.
Too.
We haven't had any. Oh, people are popping in like crazy, man. They're like a lot of people were really waiting for us to pop on. People really like listening to us tell everybody how dumb they are sometimes and talking shit. Did you know that, Frank?
No.
Like this week's been a really horrible week. What's up, guys? It's Frank and Shaggy with the Real Trucker Talk. Guys, if you're tuning in, Giovanni's in the house. Hello to the goats. Yeah, hey, it's goats. There's two people there. Two. The long-haired hippie dude and the bald-haired hippie dude. Goats. Plural. Just kidding. Hey guys, if you guys are joining in, we know we're gonna grow and the night's gonna be long. Tonight, me and Frank are gonna be talking about what it's like to become an owner-operator, what the problems with being an owner-operator, and if you're an owner-operator, what are you gonna do if things happen? What kind of equipment should you have? And then maybe we'll venture off into getting your own authority, right, from being an owner-operator. But I'm gonna let Frank start off the show tonight. But guys, if you're jumping on, please share the thing. Share like crazy, man. People need to hear what we're doing. This is the Real Trucker Talk, right, Frank? We don't fucking sugarcoat shit. We don't give a flying fuck what people think.
Just so everybody knows, I've been out on the road. I ran a trip up to Minnesota and back over the weekend. I've been out doing a little trucking. You know, some of you guys, truck drivers out there, you know, I've been watching you motherfuckers like all week and shit. And so I may have a few comments about that. I may bring a little bit up about that.
What are you gonna bring on about being on the road?
Yeah, how was it on the road? Trucking, that kind of thing. I mean, I went up to Minnesota and back. Company freight. We go up there all the time. My boy Win Hutchinson's on his way up there. Hello, Erica. He's on his way up there tonight. But anyway, you know, I like to get out and about. I like to drive around a little bit, meet people. I got to eat breakfast for lunch with my friend Jess Graham over in Leroy. And it was funny. Jess was going up to Wisconsin. I went up to Minnesota. I got back down to Leroy, and Jess was still in Wisconsin. She calls her, "Where are you at?" I said, "Leroy. I'll be there in a minute." And I said, "I just left, man. I've been gone for an hour." I got home last night. Delivered my load this morning. Jesse, what up? Jesse, what up? Delivered this morning, but I get an opportunity when I'm out there to watch the drivers, and I was going back up to the shop this morning, and there was a Prime truck, and he tried to do a U-turn on 31E, and he was so jacked up in the ditch. Okay, got his trailer hung in the ditch. He was so jacked up, he had the whole tractor off the ground, and the cop, he jacked it out, jacked it sideways. Whole tractor was up, and there were two cops standing there trying to figure it out. I pulled up and I got out and I walked over there. Guy said, "Can you pull him out?" I said, "Man, you're gonna have to have at least 2 records to get this guy out." I mean, he was sitting all of it, and the guy's on his cell phone going, yeah, well, it wasn't my fault. Yeah, I didn't do it. No, it ain't my fault. I was turning around and this ditch was there, and they didn't even mark it. So it's everybody else's fault that this dumbass ran his truck in the ditch. There's Marilyn Bryant Tucker. What up?
What's up, Marilyn? Man, that lady does some crazy websites, man. Marilyn Bryant's like the internet marketing, and literally their rates are really competitive on their stuff, man. I had some guys the other day call me, and they're paying like $2,000 for websites, and Marilyn's doing them over there for like $400. They're setting up web pages, LinkedIn, and all that stuff for these people. You know what's really cool, Frank, about Marilyn? Is Marilyn's connecting the whole sites together and helping them tell a story. Like when she builds websites, they don't have no prefabricated crap on them. You know what I mean?
Man, I love that.
It's like she
you were talking about that when we were talking on the phone earlier. You were talking about people building businesses, working,
mm-hmm.
Working their ass off, but they don't know how to market it. They don't know how to get it out there, so that people can see it.
Man, look at these guys pouring in. Bobby's in the house. Where's Bobby Green been? He says, "What's up, Shaggy?" Nothing much, hanging out at the hospital. Man, he was in my whole training class all day. Jesse was from the hospital, like the whole time, making calls while he's in the bed. He says Marilyn is fire.
Fire.
She is fire, guys. If you guys haven't talked to Marilyn Tucker, you guys, Marilyn Tucker about websites and stuff, guys. Check her out. She helps out like crazy. She's awesome. And I don't know why my screens are popping up like crazy. And I've been so busy today, Frank, I can't even tell we're on the show tonight yet.
Yeah, we're on it. I was busy too. I started out about 4:00 and that kind of thing. But anyway, back to trucking. We're going to talk about being an owner operator. First of all, there seems to be, this is, truckingese, okay? There seems to be some confusion about what an owner operator is. And people will argue with you. Of course, on the internet, people argue with everything you say anyway. So, the best thing we can do.
Well, no, somebody else has got it better than the rest. And
got a better idea. They know more than everybody else.
No.
This is the definition of an owner operator. Okay. That's a guy or girl gets out of a company truck, buys their own truck, and leases on to another company. They fly under their flag. They use their insurance, their authority, everything. They do that. If you take the next step and get your own authority, okay, and become your own trucking company, then you are a carrier. Now you become a carrier.
It's so funny too, man, because like I talk to lots of people, and half the time I talk to people, I always call you because I need therapy from you after I talk to them, right? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
This conversation I just had, Frank, I feel like shooting myself in the head. It's so depressing. Like these people just don't get it, And and it's the idea of why do you become an owner operator, though, right? And then if you're going to get your authority, what are you going to do with it, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? And like you said today, you know how many people call me every day? Hey, Frank, you got any trailers? No, I can't keep them. I can't keep trailers. They're right now.
The part about keeping them. It's the part about finding them.
Oh, yeah. Well, what we buy them and sell them, but man, I'm seeing 2015 trailers out there for $50,000 and $60,000. I mean, prices are crazy. If you can buy one, prices are crazy.
But the worst part isn't even that. People aren't doing the work, Frank, to find these trailers. And then you're going to owner operator mode and you're leasing trailers from people that you're not going to own anything. And it's not going to help your product later on, because if you're an owner operator, it's better for you to actually get your own trailer. So you can, it depends on what kind of owner operator you're going to be, Frank, right?
Well, you got to decide all this stuff. And that's another thing. I don't understand. It's just beyond me. People love the idea of becoming a broker or a truck driver or owner operator, all this stuff. And they jump into it, and then find out, well, I got my authority. Well, I got my insurance. Well, I found a truck, but you guys know where I can find a truck? I mean, isn't this something you think you'd find out before you go into business?
Are we supposed to do that? Like research for
just an idea. Just an idea.
If you think about it, there's 500 to 700 new authorities coming in every day, right?
Yeah, every day.
How many of those guys actually have trailers before they come in? I know they got trucks, and some of them don't. Hey, we got a Ricky. Ricky's in the house. John Ramey, where you been, John? Nice to see you, brother.
There's Ricky. I bet Pam will show up in a minute. She'll turn the TV off because she says we're funnier than NCIS.
No, I'm actually clean cut, almost smooth, nice beard. I don't know what the fuck you look like and stuff. Holy cow, man. Like that stuff you keep growing out the back of your head there. I seen a picture of you on the road meeting people from our groups, a lady, and you look like fucking Gallagher. The only thing you're missing is the watermelons and a sledgehammer.
Well, I woke up over there and we just had time to stop and have breakfast, and my hair was all, frizzed out like that. I gotta go. I want to take a minute. I want to take a minute to say something. One of Ricky's mechanics, Jacob Shirley, he's been with Ricky a long time. Good mechanic, super good guy. Lost his father to COVID this week. So if you guys are so inclined, you know, say a little prayer for these guys and their family. He's 56 years old. He left you know, he left his own children and grandchildren. All of them, you know, loved him to death. So, you know, but whatever your idea of right, wrong, or anything, you know, try to take care of yourself. As this thing is, you know, this virus is mean and it's killing people. So, anyway, say a prayer for Jake and his
whether it's the virus or the codes or whatever you want to classify it as, man.
Yeah, whatever.
Guys, take care of your family, man. Take care of what's going on and pay attention to it. Well, that's what we preach all the time, right?
All the time, yeah.
We are I don't know about other groups, Frank, but our groups are family, right?
Yep. That's what
we train,
all about.
Preach.
That's all about. And two, while I'm barely on that subject, but not really. In my group, G3, and Shaggy can speak for his group all he wants. You try to post politics in there, I will bounce you the fuck out. It's a trucking group. It's about trucking. It's about brokers, trucking, dispatching, you know, working in this industry.
We train, we preach.
That's what it is.
No politics.
That's what it is. It's not a political page. I don't give a fuck about your politics any more than you probably do mine. So, you know, leave that shit out. You know.
All right. So everybody's jumping in. We're up to 32 some people. We're growing like crazy, man. This is Shaggy and Frank, and this is the Real Trucker Talk tonight. We're talking about getting your trailers, becoming an owner, operator, diversity, and all kinds of stuff. Make sure you guys go over to that little button over there and click share. Guys, the only way this class gets better, you got like fucking 50 years worth of training between two people, probably more, because I think Frank started back when cavemen were around. Kind of looks like it. And, you know, and you got people like Ricky and Pam that come on that have been around longer than him or long as him, you know, like, and, you know, I heard a story about Ricky today running a trucking company. His knees swell up the size of a telephone pole, and he spent like one day off of it, and the motherfucker's right back to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure he took a whole day off, but Pam had to beat him with a club to get him to go get looked at. You know, he finally goes to the doctor, gets it looked at, and the doctor, after Ricky pulled his pants leg up, the doctor had to take like 2 days off because she was so fucked up about it.
Hey guys, hey, look, Frank, we got Bobby Green in there. He says thanks to Shaggy, man. We talked to him. And, you know, it's weird, too, because me and Frank have been a team so long, you know. Some people say it's all good. But thanks to Shaggy, talked to me into buying my own brand new trailer. Yeah, we did some training and talked. And it's, you know, it's the trailer part is back to the owner-rater part, right? You know, trailers are hard to find. They're hard. And older trailers are hard to find. And if you don't build relationships and you're running load boards and stuff like that with a used trailer, what if they don't want to use it? What if you don't know the commodities to put into it? You know, Michael Collier says, hi. Mike Fournier hasn't been on here a while. What's up, Mike Fournier, man? Hope you're doing great. Michael Collier says he shared it. Erica Missy Beckford says,
whole gang.
Man, we are rolling there, man. And everybody's coming in tonight. So Frank wants to talk about what it takes to be an owner-operator. You know, and that's the difference, because I want to know what it takes to be an owner-operator. What kind of companies should you lease to is what I really want to know, Frank.
It all depends on where you are and what you want to do. It all depends on, you know, where you want to, what kind of freight you want to haul, you know, what kind of work you want to do. I mean,
but I want to be an owner operator, Frank. I'm just the company guy, and I'm thinking about buying a Freightliner.
And you got to make some decisions. Where do you want to be? What do you want to haul? How hard do you want to work?
But
are you one of these guys? I'll tell you something.
What about the money?
A couple of the people.
I got enough for the down payment on a truck, Frank, but I don't have much more.
Well, then you got to decide what you want to do.
Did you know Mike? Did you know
where you want to go? What you want to do?
And what's up, Edwin? Did you know Mike Fournier is coming?
Mike Fournier, yeah, he's been over to the shop talking to Ricky, and
has he met Jason yet? The Huskies?
I don't think so. I don't think Jason's been in there lately.
That's awesome. Ricky's the bomb. The whole company's the bomb. It'll be a great setup.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, so let's think about this. Let's
look at Ed Smith is here. When's the last time we saw Edwin?
He popped up the other day and said, been a long time. But
yeah, no shit, man. Where you been, Ed? You don't call, you don't write. What's the
deal? You know what's funny is I think Edwin's the one that's from Illinois, and there's a guy he used to work for, whether they get along or not. But it's amazing. That guy, I met him, and he was my third owner operator in 2008. And I remember helping him finance his first truck. It was the FLD Classic. And now the guy, I don't know what the guy does. His name's Wes, but he's still on there all the time. And it's crazy because you see your carriers and people from your carriers that have been around for so many years, right? Hi, Shaggy and Frank. You see that? We're moving up in the world, man. Better. John says, let's go with John first. John says, better plan ahead. Breakdowns will bankrupt you. And repairs, we're going to talk about that. We're moving that way, guys. We're going to talk about it because Frank's going to tell you what he thinks, and I'm going to be the owner operator. We're going to role play, and I'm going to fuck with Frank. All right. So, hi, Shaggy. Frank, I am for the Republic of Botswana, Africa. I am listening and learning different laws here and there, but trucking is trucking. Most things you touch on are the same thing this side, a risk in a business. That is so far up, Frank. Isn't that crazy that other countries
we're reaching out to Botswana?
That's freaking awesome, dude. I gotta put that up there again, man. And you know it's crazy because some of my friends are from over there, and they're starting to do things where they're bringing some drivers from over there into Dallas. His name's Birdie and stuff. And it's crazy that there really isn't that much of a difference in all the problems right now. Isn't that crazy?
Oh yeah, that's wild.
I think a little bit different though over there in Africa and stuff. I think the way the brokers work and the different brokers are more regulated and then the free for all we have here. Is that right, Farah? Who knows?
Pharaoh. Well, you know, the biggest difference between Botswana and here in America is if here in America, if you break down somewhere kind of like out in the middle of nowhere, you can call somebody to get you, you know, and eventually they will come and get you and pick you up. Whereas in Botswana, if you break down out in the middle of nowhere, you'll probably be lunch for a fucking lion. Some lion will come along and eat you ass for lunch.
Great. Kyle Miller's on the phone or on the chain. Me and Kyle. Kyle is the guy that we're wrapping the spider with, and he's going to be doing wrapping with his company on the truck we were talking about.
Oh yeah, Kyle, we want to talk to you.
Yeah, Kyle. Yeah, he's with Tapco, and we're going to be doing some marketing training. We're going to teach people how to actually use their trailers and their trucks and their tailgates, and we're going to teach them how to take that and use Maryland Bryant and traffic that to their website so people stop telling the story. You know, that's the funny thing when you drive down the road. I got a question. When you drive down the road, how many people do you see using their signs, trucks, and billboards?
Everybody.
Yeah. You really see people with them arm marked up, or 1 out of 10?
Well, now the megas all make sure you know who they are.
We're not talking about the megas. We're talking about us, little guys.
Little guys, very few.
But if you're at a customer, Frank, before we go back to owner operators, how the fuck is a customer going to know when you do a good job? Like when a customer has a really shitty deal, you think he stays inside or goes outside to get a fresh breath air when problems happen?
They go out to smoke. They go out to, pay off their bookie. They go in and out. And if they see a nice truck, it gets their attention.
What if you're the guy that just left the parking lot after doing a really good job and they look at your truck and there's nothing on it, tell them who you are, they didn't catch? That's like Bobby says, mine's just plain white. Well, why don't you call Kyle Miller, man, and talk to him and have some stuff put on there? What do you want to do, Bobby? You're going to add owner operators? Are you going to add trucks? How's the customer going to find you? Because, Frank, if you're working as an owner operator for a trucking company and you're not being loaded, what are you doing?
You're running up and down the road, or you're sitting in a truck stop, or you're at a fuel stop, or you're somewhere, out in amongst. But
how many times do you read the back of trailers?
See a day? How many cars see you a day? I mean, it depends on where you go, but
Frank, when you're sitting there waiting for Ricky and Pam, if they were like that, but they're not like that. But if they were giving you a load, are you looking around reading trailers, watching people, dummies, come in the parking lots and seeing what's going on? When you're not getting paid, or you're not pre-planned, or you're not getting loaded, or you're at a broker and you have to sit in a carrier's parking lot because you got double broker on. What are you doing? You're reading stuff.
Oh yeah. You're reading stuff. You're watching stuff. You're paying attention. Come and go. But something, when you're going down the road or whatever, something will jump out of you. If you're trying to recruit owner operators, if you're trying to recruit drivers, that stuff on the back of those trailers gets everybody's attention. But if it's
is it just trailers, or what about dualies? What about dualies? They have that whole tailgate that's wide open, the sides of their fender wells.
I don't know, because usually when I see one of them little tiny little.
Don't get back to the midgets, Frank. Stay off
little midget trucks. I just try to keep them from getting underneath me and shit. I just don't want to run over one because it'd be really bad. I mean,
okay, Laundry has a question. Laundry, please type your question in there.
Type your question in there, Landry.
Hey, we're not talking to Kyle though until he gets a real man's blueprints on a bike. Because if I showed you what he did on my bike for blueprints the first time, we'd be like, well, we're gonna have to find a new sign company, man. Because look at this. Look, this is what they sent me. That's the car, right? The car. Look at how tough it looks right there. You see it?
Yeah.
Then they sent me this from my bike. Would you ride around on that? Like, this is a Can-Am, right? So look at that. That's what they sent me for the rough draft. Look at those flowers.
Wow, that's funny.
I was like, recheck, but it still looks cool. Like the wrap part of it is just the design. He's a little tougher outline and stuff. So
yeah.
You know what's funny is the designer lives right below me. I'm kicking her ass.
You got a new message from probably one of your
sponsors for our race team.
Okay.
Crazy. All right. So, anyways, I was just laughing. No, Kyle's great. They're learning to adjust because it's a new sign company, and my old sign company does stuff. But we've found so much about wrapping and marketing, but we're not going to get into that. Let's get back to trucking.
Okay. Landry's got a question, but we don't know what it is. Landry, we cannot read your mind. There are a lot of things that we can do. Mind reading, not so much.
If you have questions, put them in the chat. We will stop what we're doing and answer your questions. It's open floor. You can talk about dispatching, brokers, trucking, or anything. But tonight we're talking about people that want to get their authority and be owner operators.
John Ramey mentioned something. If you want to be an owner operator, it's back up there in the comments a little bit. He said, better plan ahead because with breakdowns will bankrupt you with the repairs and downtime. That's another part, John. I think that's another part of planning, putting together a business plan before you jump off into business, because you need a relationship with a shop, or you better have one of your own. If you don't have a relationship it's just like a relationship with a shipper, a relationship with a broker, a relationship with all these people that you're now, going to be in business with, and they're going to be supporting you and you're going to be supporting them. If you jump off into owner operator land, repairs can kill you. They can kill you. And I don't care if it's a new truck. I don't care if it's an old truck. The older trucks are great. I love them. That's what, Ricky and I prefer the older trucks, but you've got to work on them. You got to tinker with them. You got to keep them going. The new trucks with all this stuff that they got on them now, if they break down, good luck. I mean, good luck. And right now with weird labor going on, and all this stuff going on in the world, they might not even get to your truck to fix it for 3 weeks. Well, during that 3 weeks, all your bills keep going, all your fixed expenses keep going. Your insurance.
What I'm worried about, Frank, when I become an owner operator, pick the company I want, and even if I have money saved up, what do I do when I pick a company if I have those breakdowns though?
You got to get the truck fixed. What do you mean? What do you do?
Are they going to loan me the money to get the truck fixed, or do I have to pay for it myself?
No, you got to pay for it yourself. That's going to come out of your pocket. So these guys going up and down the road and looking around. And see, now I get this.
But I'm making $3,000 a week, give you 15%. Can't you float me something? Because all these other companies that I'm leasing onto out there,
some of them will. I hear that some of them will and some of them won't. But here's the deal: nobody has to. They don't have to do it.
I'm an owner operator.
They don't have to. They don't have to lend you money. They don't have to repair your truck. They don't have to do that. If they do,
I just bought it. I'm learning. I was a company driver last week.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. When you go into business for yourself, that's why they call it going into business for yourself.
But I didn't go.
That's all on you. All those repairs, all those other costs. All that stuff.
What repairs are you talking about? Is it like fixed costs? I mean, all I do is I get $3,800 when I work for you. You give me a check. Well, that's my pay. Do I have to hold anything out?
Oh, yeah. You got to put some savings back. You got to have enough for maintenance. You got to have enough for breakdown. And here's what I love. A guy's been driving a company truck for 5 or 6 years, and he wants to be an owner operator. He wants to get one of them big trucks, be an owner operator. And he gets one, and he's running, and he's doing pretty good. And then pretty soon his wife shows up in a brand new Suburban, and she's real happy, and everybody's happy. And then he shows up in a brand new pickup truck, pulling a new Stratus boat with a great big Mercury motor on it. Or better yet, he pulls up on a Spider with Shaggy stuff all over and shit like that. And then his truck breaks down and he calls you up and he goes, Jesus, I don't know.
We get the Ruth Chris every Saturday and Sunday, so his wife appreciates his being gone all week, man.
That's
we
right.
don't need it, no fucking.
Then they have a breakdown and they go, okay, I'm broke. What do I do? I ain't got no money.
But it's not that, Frank. I make you so much money. I mean, shit, you're doing like 7,000 a week, taking 20% of my money or 15%. You should help me out.
Like I said, Ricky says Forward Air doesn't fix trucks. They'll tell you to call them when you get your truck fixed.
Well, we're not talking about Forward Air, you desperate Ricky Davis. We're talking about the small mom and pop owner companies that I went to want to grow their fucking business. I mean, if you're not loaning me the money, Ricky, how am I supposed to lease onto you and be a good asset if I don't know how to manage money? Are you going to teach me how to keep my fixed cost and escrow out? I'm an owner operator, or you hire guys that actually know that, because who really knows, Frank, what their fixed costs are?
Yeah. Well,
I talk to you every day.
Part of getting into being an owner operator is knowing what your costs are, what your fixed costs are, and going from a company truck to an owner operator. That's a big, 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 big jump. That's a big leap, and there's so many things you got to know. People call me every day, and a lot of these people that call me every day are people that been in business for a long time, and they'll call me and ask me a question about a truck. What do I do about this? This is doing this, and it's making this noise, and every time I'm back there trying to have sex, the damn lights are going on and shit. What do I do about this?
You're so 90, you have sex.
Not me. I don't.
Yeah,
that. Include in your operating costs 5 to 10 cents a mile. Well, good luck with that, Michael. Try 13 to 15 cents a mile.
Why don't you try holding out like $30,000 to $50,000 of fixed costs for the stuff you're going to pay, and then another 5 to 15%, at least 10%, depending on the type of equipment and escrow. But I'm just an owner operator. I don't know yet. I'm learning. Frank's hiring, and I'm trying to get my truck. I want to be an owner operator. I don't know. Should I buy a truck with $700,000 to pay cash, or should I go out there and get me one of those good ones? Because my credit's really good. I figure $160,000, $200,000 for a truck or more, because they're really high. It's got warranty and stuff, and nothing bad will happen. Which one should I do?
Frank says he's even with it. You know what he's talking about? He's talking about sex. It's like I got 6 kids that everybody asks me, "Hey man, you getting any?" I go, "No, I'm even. I'm done. I'm good to go." Anything from here on in, it's just icing on the cake, Hell, I mean, take it as it comes.
How many you got?
6.
No wonder we get along. I still got you top by 1, but I'm not bragging.
I'm not doing it anymore though. I'm done. If you beat me, good for you. I don't care.
David Ramsey says, owner operator. The name is self-explaining.
Well, David, you would think so, wouldn't you? I mean, you'd think that. You really would. Owner operator. You would really, really think that. But you'd be amazed, or maybe not. You'd be amazed at how many people jump into the business head first and don't really have any idea. It's just like these.
I think it's like 80% of them don't have a fucking clue, because it's like if you're at a company and you don't understand your breakdowns, truck percentage, fixed cost, escrow, the factoring that's coming out if you have it. Well, we're not talking about the authorities right now, but how you're going to get paid. Well, but the same thing, you should talk about factoring, because if Ricky brings on a customer, a carrier, owner operator, and he pays them, and 30 days later he's still employed and there's a short pay for $800. Who the fuck's paying the short pay because he messed up?
Yeah. And most companies, most small companies, mom and pop outfits, pay you in a week. You get paid every week. So yeah, who's going to take care of that? If you go get your own authority and become a carrier, who's going to take care of it then?
We'll pay you at the end of every load. So is that like I'm running, like doing quick pays as a carrier? Like I go one load at a time. You give me a fuel advance, and then I get quick paid, and I have like $400 of $1,000 left over. Is that how that works, Frank?
Oh yeah. Edwin says, and you don't know what all it takes to own your business. That's what we're talking about.
I don't know, because when I'm an owner operator, what I'm worried about is if I go out there and buy a truck and become an owner operator, and I lease on to the wrong company, it don't help me with breakdowns because I don't understand breakdowns, maintenance, compliance, or safety, or any of that stuff. But I expect them to, and they don't do it. What could happen? You know, the other part is if I do break down and Ricky ain't paying for my breakdowns and Frank ain't paying for my breakdowns to help me out on certain situations, how will I ever diversify as an owner operator?
Great question.
I was just wondering, Frank.
Yeah, and I've seen
owner operator, Frank, tonight. You're the expert because I don't know. I just want to buy a truck and work for somebody and make a lot of fucking money.
And I've seen Ricky take care of people, and lately I've seen Ricky take care of guy has a breakdown. Ricky brings it in his shop, he fixes it, he puts it out there, and he takes out a little bit per week, for the guy, to pay the guy's shop bill, And I've actually seen owner operators come in there and get mad at him for taking a little bit out every week. You get a paycheck, but now you're getting it. Hey, you know what? I tell Ricky, I go, you know what? Fuck you. Go somewhere else.
I remember the first time, you help guys, and then that, the first time you're the guy's sitting in Knoxville at the Pilot or wherever the fuck he's at, Flying J, before you get in there, Chattanooga or wherever that's at, the guy calls you up and says, hey man, I make you a lot of money. Like, you made a lot of money last week. What are you talking about? And, and you do it for so long, right? And you're the owner of a company and owner operators with you, and he's bringing in $3,000, $4,000 a week, $2,500, whatever. He's going home on weekends. And it's really funny because they went out and spent all much money and bought the Can-Am, and they went to fucking Ruth Chris and everything, and they ate their bonbons. The wife thinks it's great because they've had 8 weeks of $3,000. And, it's really trippy. I remember the first time I looked at Melissa and said, hey, Melissa, Frank's at the Pilot over there, and he's got a wheel seal leak, and he's got 3 loads in, and he wants to borrow off the 3 loads. And forever I was always the dispatcher, and I was always like, man, if I don't help Frank, man, he's a good driver. He's not going to deliver a load to brokers. I remember the first time Melissa said, tell Frank to drop the trailer in the back parking lot. We'll have Ed come by and pick it up, and whenever he fixes it, he can call us back and get his trailer again. To be an owner of a company, to have the balls to be able to take the experience and do that, and know it without going in debt, you start to learn after you lose about $483,000 loaning money to fucking owner operators, right, Frank?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I don't, and this might sound, Steven says, people are easily persuaded when they tell you they can be your own boss. Low barrier for entry to start. I saw, and I'm not going to get off on this. I promise I'm not. But in one of the little broker groups, somebody puts in there today. He goes, "What? This is supposed to be a group so that brokers can network again." He said, "All I ever see is, hey, I want to be a broker. What do I do?" And then people try to tell them stuff. And there were all these negative comments. Well, gee, we have a right to do this. Well, gee, you're blowing out my light, man. Gee, you're the reason the world is fucked up because you don't love me, man. You know what? The world isn't like that. If you become an owner-operator, there aren't very many Ricky Davises in the world. And I try, honestly, I've been friends with Ricky 25 years. I try to keep him from doing it. I'll go, nah, stop lending these people money. Stop doing it.
Ricky been friends with you for 25 years. Does he drink daily?
Him or me?
It could be either way. We weren't talking about Pam because she's not here, but she did show up. We wouldn't talk about her. Just so you know.
She's around somewhere. You can bet on.
Oh yeah, just like that spider on the wall lurking. Because if Ricky's around, she's around on the back corner over there, just waiting. All right, we got questions rolling in, guys. It's just the real trucker talk, man, and we're talking about owner operators. And I know Frank picked the topic, so it's his fucking fault. We're talking.
I picked this topic weeks ago.
I know.
We never get to talk about it.
I know, but it's the idea. We'll get back to brokers, and I'm wondering why everybody wants to be an owner operator because we talk about being an owner operator. But one of the funny thing is about being an owner operator when trucks are being hard to find. And you picked the wrong truck. I heard 2 guys the other day talking about driving up Highway 81, and it took them 4 exits just to get to 30 miles an hour. They bought a truck, though.
Oh, yeah. I had a guy call me from Baltimore, and he saw that red and black truck. Jason Husky owns it. That's his truck now. Ask him, he'll tell you. The guy wanted to buy that truck. He lives in Baltimore, and what he does is he pulls LTL loads up into New York, in New York City, back and out of the ports, and he's making a killing. I mean, making a killing doing it. So he calls me up and he wants this truck, and he says, well, I'd like to have that truck. He said, how much you want for it, all this and all that. And he told me what he did. I said, do you realize this truck's 280 inches long? I mean, you going to run this truck LTL in New York City all day, every day?
Did you say 200 what?
It's 280 inches long.
How long is that?
Got a 280-inch wheelbase.
What the fuck? How's he going to get off the bridges?
That's what I wanted to know. I said, so you want this truck on? And I said, I understand. And I said, believe me, if you've got the money, I'll sell it to you. I said, but you're going to do LTL in New York City with a 280-inch wheelbase truck? I mean, dude, you must be one hell of a truck driver.
Jason Husky's in the house. I just seen him pop up, beat you to it.
Hey, guys. Jason says, hey, guys.
What's up, Jason, man? We were just talking about your truck. Hey, you want to sell your truck? I need to wrap one.
He ain't going to sell that truck.
Come on, man.
Now it's like old school day.
Ricky, now you got Ricky and fucking Mike Fournier and freaking next thing you got Pam in here. We'll just turn the whole show off and let those guys fucking talk. The whole Ricky.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. Jason saying he's selling his truck.
He said nope. Hey,
he just wants the truck so he can say he's an owner-operator. Yeah, Jonathan. Either that or a friend of mine here in Nashville got this wild idea, and he got this investor to come in with him. And he got this investor to come in with, and they would take these guys out and let them pick out a truck. Of course, they all picked out. I heard
that same scenario from a guy in fucking.
They all picked out Peterbilt's and Kenworths. Big long wheelbase. Ricky said he can't type fast enough. Big long wheelbase.
That's because you keep bumping your leg that's swollen up the size of a fucking telephone pole, Ricky. You should get that checked out, Dick.
He did. He went and got Pam.
Now you're another biker buddy's in here, man. Thomas Terry just comes rolling in from 1969.
But anyway, he let all these guys go out and buy Peterbilt's and Kenworths and all that stuff. And that's when all the fancy pickup trucks started showing up. Everybody had a big Peterbilt. All of them, every single one of them was out of business and broke in a year. 1 year. All of them.
You knew this was going to fucking happen because you bring all these. We have corrupted our network viewing area, Frank. So everybody's coming in because we've told them about being owner-operators. We've talked shit about lease purchase programs the wrong way. Now you got all these guys coming in talking. You got David Ramsey up there saying, I keep thinking Dave Ramsey, like the credit financial guy that pops up on my Sirius radio all the time.
I think this David Ramsey's smarter than that one.
It could be. Yeah. So don't let companies tell you to lease. It's easy. No money down. Be your own boss. They lead you to fire, but no water. What do you think about that, Frank?
Yeah, it's all those deals are just read the fine print and then decide, if that's for you. Because I personally, I've only met one guy in the time I go out on the road. I've only met one guy that had anything good to say about it. One driver, one guy out there on the road that was actually doing it. I mean, that had anything good to say about those lease deals. You look like Fred.
This is how I feel after teaching today.
Oh, I bet.
And the calls that I got yesterday from all the wonderful people in the industry that don't know. I'm going to wear this mask all the time from now on. This is my new face. Jonathan Trimble says, what's funny is I love owner-operators who lease on with trucking companies and think they can do whatever they want. What good is it's to be an owner-operator if you don't have your own authority?
Well, I can think of a couple of things. You do make more money if you know what you're doing and you keep it maintained. It doesn't break down all the time. You can drive a kind of truck you like. You will make more money. Ricky's got an owner-operator, and he's got an older truck, and he's been paid for years and years, and he just keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down the road. He makes good money. Some places you can do that. You can make damn good money. Them eyes, though. But they want to do whatever the hell they want, Jonathan says. You know, Jonathan, I get it, but here's the deal, and I will get into this. Here's the deal. They don't want to follow safety regulations. Yeah, a lot of them don't. What you've got to understand is, like, if you come to work, let's say with Ricky, you come to work at his shop. Ricky's got 2 or 3 customers that he has to take care of. Okay. He's got to move those loads if he wants to stay in business. And he's got customers he's had for 20 years. Okay. And if you get a driver in there, an owner operator, and he starts to, yeah, I ain't doing this. Yeah, I bought me a truck, so I don't have to do it. Yeah, then they don't belong there. They need to fuck off and go somewhere else, get their own authority, and run their own company. Just because you become an owner operator doesn't mean you run the whole trucking company. Just means you run yours.
You mean I can't go out and get customers and add on owner operators?
I can't understand a fucking word you're saying with that path.
My bad. I said, you mean I can't, when I lease on to somebody else and I have trouble, I can't diversify and go out and freaking add on owner operators and do different things and act like I own the company and get customers and stuff like that?
You can, as long as you're taking good care of the company. But if you're not, if you get to a point that you're not, they don't need you anymore. What good are you?
Well, then does that mean I need to understand the company I'm going to work for, what the lease purchase program is about when I'm starting out, and all the details in front of it? Walk away lease isn't important. Isn't what they said? I'm still going to pay for everything.
Yeah, you're still going to pay for everything. You know, and nobody, you know, anybody that right now, everybody's so desperate for drivers and desperate for owner operators. They'll tell you anything. They'll tell you anything. I saw a lady on here. She's on my Facebook page, and she got a job offer up in Chicago as a company driver for $1 a mile. $1 a mile as a company driver. Yeah. Well, she quit her job.
Is that the one that worked for KLM?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I swear the girl you met in the picture you took a picture with is the girl I met on the road with Melissa when we went somewhere. And she said, easy. And Bobby Green says, holy shit. Kenneth Young's like, do the Beetlejuice voice. You know, you didn't do it right now. Turn your head a little bit and do the Beetlejuice voice with the eyes, you know? It's funny. I do that in my training class.
Anyway, there was no such thing as $1 a mile. After she quit her job and went up there and checked into a motel for her training, you know, for orientation, then it turns out it's really not $1 a mile. They want you to sign a contract to lease purchase one of their 12-year-old trucks. That's what it was.
My favorite part, man, is the girl that we met when me and Melissa were going down to North Carolina on that trip. We were going to Myrtle Beach, and we met the lady when we were giving out those gift cards. Remember when we were giving out the gift cards and nobody wanted free money?
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember we drove all over the place that had like all these gift cards that looked like
that?
Yeah. And we gave them out the truck stop, and they were like,
hey, will you send me a few of those with my T-shirts? Yeah, thanks.
No, it's all good because Brian's going to send you stuff that's cooler than the T-shirts anyways because he's making up for it.
Yeah.
Did you see that cool shit with your picture on it?
I did. It was cool. I sent him an email. We've been talking back and forth.
Yeah. He wants to see me do the Beetlejuice with the mask, man. I don't know what goes on in my training classes. That kid young wants to see me do Beetlejuice stuff. I don't know. How do you teach trucking doing Beetlejuice? Right. Having your authority means doing shit you don't want to if you're going to make it run hard. Think hard and be a boss and understand it means wearing all the hats. What hats do you have to wear, though, having authority? Because I'm an owner-operator, man, and I think I can do what you do because it's not hard to do payroll and compliance and say it's easy. I just hire everybody else to do it for me and go out there and get a dispatching service.
You know, if you're a small company and you want to be part of the team, you want to be part of the stuff, and you walk into the office and you go, I bought my own truck so I can make my own rules. You know what? Fuck off. Go somewhere else. If you don't take care of the people that take care of you, you're not worth having around. Nobody wants you. You can go lease on to one of the big companies, Schneider. You know, I know a guy.
People list them. Schneider, JB
Hunt, John Evers, Howdy. Better late than never. John, you know, that's been my philosophy for years. If they're happy to see me today, just think of how fucking thrilled they'll be when I show up tomorrow.
All right, so back to the owner-operator thing. So what happens if I go to be an owner-operator and stuff? What is the plan of being an owner-operator? Should you think about your future when you're doing an owner-operator? Like, are you always going to be an owner-operator? Or you plan on
making a plan? You need to have a plan. First of all, you need to know what it takes. First of all, you need to know about your equipment.
What do you mean about equipment? Like every truck's the
same. Fuck. I can't say anything if you're going to interrupt me every
Well,
time.
I'm fascinated with this. I want to keep you on track. Max, you started about equipment, and I hear everybody just goes out and buy trucks right now because there's so many trucks they're just falling out of the sky. Is that true?
Trucks are hard to come by, just like trailers.
But you talked about it the other day. You asked about me interrupted you, and if I run the Northeast through 81 or I run out west of the mountains, is every truck the same?
No.
Well, that's not what I was told. You just buy one with the lowest miles and the cheapest price.
Yeah, that is correct.
Well, go ahead and explain the difference between trucks.
I wouldn't dare.
You should do it. Do it. You brought up this stupid show. I want to know about trucks. I got to keep you on track. What kind of truck should I buy?
If you're going to run LTL in New York City, do you want a truck with a 280 or 300-inch wheelbase? I mean, a lot of the places you go into up there, you can't even get the fucking truck in there, much less the truck and trailer. So is that the kind of equipment you want to do that kind of work? If you're going to run chickens, if you're going to haul chickens, okay, from Nashville, Tennessee to Los Angeles, California, do you want a little teeny tiny little short truck that bounces up and down?
I love those ones. I love those ones when you leave Kima and Flying J and you get out there and you hit those mountains over there and it takes you 4 miles to get up the first hill. 81's even more excited. Right there, we got that pull off where you make the mistake and take the wrong turn in.
Yeah.
You have to be told out. I didn't do that. Don't make fun of me.
Rob says, right now, trucks are hard to find. Prices are up, and you can't even order a new truck. That is correct. They don't have any parts for this stuff, Rob. They don't have the computer chips and all that stuff. They don't have parts for these trucks right now.
These buddies haven't unloaded the containers yet, Dick Reed.
Shaggy left, and he's still talking. I think he talks in his sleep. Sometimes I think he talks just to hear the inside of his head roar. I'm pretty sure. 5 hats, Dave. There's 5 hats that you take on first day in business for yourself. No parts and overpriced used trucks. That is correct. Anyway, there's Erica. I don't know where you've been. But trucks are expensive right now. Trailers are crazy. They're like through the roof. Bobby Green, I'm waiting on a rebuild kit. They're saying it will be months. Yeah, Ricky's waiting on a couple. You know, he's had ordered for weeks and we can't get the parts in there to fix them. We got 2 trucks in Ricky's shop up there. He does with the motors out of them, waiting on parts.
Hey, I was just wondering, have you looked at the spot market lately?
No.
You should look at it, man. We were on doing a training class today, and it's amazing what's going on in the spot market. Like, is there going to be a Christmas rush when no containers can get empty? What's going to happen when the snow?
I don't know. I keep hearing doom and gloom. But all I know is everybody that I talk to in this business right now that's been in it for a long time, all my friends that have been on it keep telling me rates are going up, not coming down.
That's not what I've seen on the spot market. Like everything's blue.
Well, then you're right, and all those stupid motherfuckers are wrong.
I'm not wrong. That's what DAT told me, dummy.
Okay.
I go by DAT. That's what I grew up. I opened my authority and I got DAT. It teaches me everything. So every now and then I use Sonar.
I had to wait 3 months for my rebuild kit. Yeah, I'm not surprised at that. Everybody I talk to, they say rates are going up. They're not coming down. And I see the brokers. Okay, you're talking about the spot market.
I don't know. Are we talking about spot market or relationships? Sorry, go ahead. We're talking about spot market or relationships that you're talking to. Far away. I'll shut up.
Relationships have pretty much stayed the same throughout. You know, there's people out there that are hauling freight for pretty much the same rates they were hauling freight a year ago for. There's people now that are hauling freight for a lot more. The shit that's on the DAT and the shit that's, and we've talked about this a million times, it's all leftover shit anyway. And those brokers are always trying to push rates down. Push. They did it a year and a half ago to the point that they had people out there hauling their fucking bullshit freight for 80 cents a mile. But if you have relationships, that didn't happen to you. If you have relationships with some brokers, some good brokers, and some good shippers, that never did happen to you. But everything I keep seeing right now, and the people I talk to, because I'm keenly interested in it. I'm in the business. I'm keenly interested in this. Okay. Everybody tells me they just don't think it's hit the top yet. It's still going up.
I don't know, man. I don't know because I started that network and I was looking at the next couple of days and just on dry van and stuff like that and different things on this market where 90% of the people out there don't know how to build relationships, keep using these load boards. And I'm looking at half the people don't post, and there ain't much red on that board over there, Frank. What are you gonna do?
Me? What am I going to do? Nothing. I'm going to keep hauling freight. I've been hauling for 10 years.
What's people going to do on November 2nd?
I'm going to keep working with the same people, the same, few brokers and the same regular steady customers that I've been working for years. That's what I'm going to keep doing. And some of the stuff that we broker, we have to call them up and say, look, trucks are more than that now. If you want me to get extra trucks for you, I can. But here's what it's going to cost to do that. That's what I've been doing for a year. For more than a year.
It's pretty plain over there, man, because DAT is looking like it's the world, man.
Well, DAT can kiss my ass anyway. I mean, damn.
I agree 100%. I just like fucking with you. That's some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like you look across there, it's spreading. Reefer's even worse, and flatbeds there. And when you go on DAT and you look at the posted trucks, which half the people don't post because they don't know how. And the other half, they're on the loads. You look at all the brokers that are on there, and it's like you get 5 loads of the same load. I was looking at one of the states earlier today, playing around, and it was like there was 400 trucks looking for loads. There's 1,000 loads, but 500 to 800 of them were the same fucking shit.
Rob Hallahan says, I heard if you haven't shopped for Christmas yet, it'll be March before you get things. Rob, you know what? I'm going to share a little piece of marital advice with you. I've been married to the same girl for 42 years. And I'm going to tell you what you should do. Stop thinking in terms of Christmas gifts. Your wife is going to want a new purse and all that shit. Let me tell you what you do. Okay, now this works. Now don't turn your nose up and start like, oh, fuck, what is Frank talking about now? Dave Bowles, turning into what, Dave? A fucking vampire? All right, anyway.
He meant tuning in. That's tuning in, not turning. There's no fucking R in there. Are you drinking?
Okay, good deal.
Oh, yeah, I'm drinking. Never mind.
Listen, Rob, let me finish this helping Rob because we're here to help. Okay.
I know. Got you.
Rob,
you're doing good.
Listen, Rob, go out and buy your wife. Listen to me now and just keep an open mind with this. Okay. Go out and buy your wife a tiny little kitten. Go to the pet store and get her a little tiny kitten. Meow, meow, meow. Women love that shit, man. You come home and you put the little kitty like on her sweater and he'll cling on, meow, 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 and then do like meow, meow. And they probably won't stink up your house for like, I don't know, a week or at least 2 weeks, before they start pissing everywhere all over the place and you realize what you've done. But get her a little kitten. God, women love that when you get them a little kitten. Get something like that. Forget about all the Vellucci purses and the Guadalupe shoes and all that bullshit. Forget all that.
The litter box and all that stuff, man.
Yeah,
it's fucking like it. Well, they do have those 1 liter boxes. I've seen a commercial on that where it cleans itself. You just throw it away.
Oh yeah. See, they got that shit now. They got Rob. They got self-cleaning litter boxes.
But I was looking for a new pug the other day, and they're on back order.
Are they?
Yeah, they're Chinese.
Well, the Chinese people got shit shut down. They're mad. They're pissed off.
No, but so how are you supposed to get Chinese cats and pugs when they're outsourced like that and you can't get gifts too?
This is wife would shoot it. Buying mine a hip replacement. That's good.
They can probably get that done as long as you got your COVID shot.
Connie says, no kidding. Listen, anyway, back in the 50s and 60s and 70s, when this country was rolling. They were making money, hand over fist, hand over. The big 3 automakers were just blowing up, making all these really cool cars. Rock and roll people were making really cool music. All this stuff is going on. And then we started just real slowly, but real surely. Remember how mad everybody got the first time they heard about people shipping jobs overseas? Remember that? Remember that back in the 70s?
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, Rob. I was talking about the ports and the market and the Christmas rush and stuff like that, trying to play along, and I don't know where the fuck the kids came from. Where did kids come from?
Rob, pay attention, okay? Try to stay with us here. That's part. They see this thing is interactive, okay? I'm trying to help you. You were talking about if you don't buy nothing by March, you ain't gonna get no Christmas. Go get a fucking cat. Pretty simple stuff.
But we were talking earlier today about all the reefers in the ports and the spot market and all these flatbeds because the weather's changing and that spot market's changing too, really, really fast because they were held up over COVID, right?
Yeah.
Like 3 months they couldn't do anything. 4 months, them in cars, and we were wondering what happens whenever let's say there is no Christmas rush like Rob was talking about, right? Let's say you can't buy the presents because you go to 5 different grocery stores right now. It takes you 5 to buy everything you need for groceries for a week right now because
it's crazy.
But it's funny, Frank. My girl Susie's. You can't buy water in Walmart over here at Sam's and all that because they're out every other day because people are hoarding for some fucking reason. I don't know why, but you can get. But we're shipping the fuck out of water to all the Afghan bases.
Yeah,
the refugees, all 13 of them, we're pouring them in. So it's crazy. All these things are going on with the ports and all this stuff. Weather's changing, flatbeds happen. What happens? The problem is at Christmas. The problem is do you guys have relationships? Are you leased onto a company that has a network? And are you going to be able to make it if things change over the next 6 months? Because Frank says a lot of people say the rates are through the roof.
We just came through this past year, January, February, March, first quarter is always, I've been in this business all my life. It is always the slowest, cheapest 3 months of the year. First quarter, okay? We just came through a first quarter where rates were going up 18 and 20% every 3 weeks. 18. I've never seen that. And most of the people I know in the business that have been around a long time, they've never seen it either.
I've never seen a solo guy.
Is that so fantastic? Is that so unusual that you just can't come to terms with it? That can't happen. It just did. It just happened.
It wasn't unusual until I had to pay $74 for 3 steaks and $3 for a loaf of bread on the other end.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something. Trucker shortage. Look, I went to Minnesota and back. If you don't get a spot in a truck stop by 4 or 5 o'clock, you ain't getting one. Ricky Davis says, well, a lot of that's ELDs. These guys use up their hours. They shut down, take the night off. And the last 2 or 3 drivers that have come in there to talk to Ricky, I don't like to drive at night. Fuck, are you kidding me?
Right.
That's why they got headlights on those trucks.
Right.
But anyway, the truck stops are full. And when you go in to get fuel, they're 3 and 4 trucks deep at the fuel island. And that part of it's because these assholes take their break there and just leave everybody blocked and they don't give a fuck. But the other part of it is there's a lot, more than I've ever seen in my life. There's a lot of trucks out there. A lot of trucks out there. They're out there and they're running and they're running wide open. Okay. A lot of trucks out there. So where does this end? Where does it stop? At what point do we look up and go, gee, God, this sucks. I made more money this year I've made in a year of my life. More revenue, more money, more rate per mile than I've ever made in my life. Where does it stop? I don't know where it stops.
I don't know. It's not ELD as these trucks aren't leaving until sunup either.
Correct. Yeah.
That's a very good point. I don't know, man. I was looking at the driver shortage a few minutes ago, and I don't know where I don't know where a driver shortage is because I keep looking at this stuff every day.
What are you looking at now?
Well, I was zooming in on all the new MC numbers that are trying to get in authority today, and I was just sitting here looking at this sheet, and I was like, well, every day I look at this sheet that comes in from my buddy, right, Frank? And I see all this, and I'm wondering what these 495 new authorities and a 700 and a 1,500 and all these numbers, 1,000 a day are pouring in. Why there's a driver shortage? Because these are individuals that are buying trucks, right, Frank?
Well, you think so?
Well, you got to find them first, right?
Yeah, but I see all kinds of stuff, just like you, Shaggy. I see all kinds of stuff. You know, this guy's going to go into trucking business, but he's already in the real estate business, and now he's going to open a trucking company. He's not going to drive the truck. He doesn't even have a CDL. He's not going to drive it. He's not going to operate it. He's going to buy 2 trucks and hire drivers and put those in the drivers in his trucks, and he's going to put them out there so that they can just make him all this money. You know, you see a lot of that, don't you still? I mean, you've had guys that bought.
I get to call 15 times a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
My phone's lit up right now.
Yeah. I would pick on you about that Kansas City thing, but I got no leg to stand on.
So what do we got to keep talking about? Owner operators or everything else that's going on in the
talking about the freight flow and waiting for the markets to crash, and you know, I mean, I'm not seeing it. Everybody I know out there in Nashville, Tennessee, the people that I know, they're leaving freight sitting on the dock every Friday that they can't get it out. They can't get it out. Can't cover it.
And what's the problem? I'm asking.
I can't.
I don't talk to the people like that. I talk to the people that are out there and they don't know what they're doing, and they're fucking not networking. They're living on the load boards. They fucking don't know diversity. They're buying trucks for cash, but don't have a maintenance program. But they're going to freight chase. They haven't bought trailers and all this other stuff. And you're telling me how great the freight is, but I don't see that because I don't see that on the other side of it. I deal with a lot of fucking carriers.
I'm wrong.
Let's see. Today I'm at.
No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
I just see these guys in these.
I don't know shit. Customers call me on the phone and they go, "Can you get me some more trucks? Is there any way you can get me some more trucks?" All day, every day.
Yeah, I'm at 40. Let's see, I'm looking at my call thing right here of people that called me today. I'm at 41 calls so far today. All trucking. So weird. 41 calls of people that call me every day. Brokers, trucking, new authorities, company drivers, and they're on the load boards. Are you talking about relationships again, or are you talking about load boards?
I never talk.
Because you're talking about relationships. Those are people that you've been around for a while, and you or Ricky have had relationships. You've worked for the same guys all the time and stuff. But what about the new people that don't have shit? What do they do?
I don't know.
I'm asking. We're talking about
it's going to crash, and they're going to come and take your house.
Well, what do they do?
Market's going to crash. They're going to come and take your house. There's 160,000 fucking loads sitting offshore right now that they can't fucking get moved. But the market's going to crash.
You can't pick them up.
Why are we even talking about that? There's 160,000 loads sitting offshore that they can't even get on dry land. And the market's going to crash.
And they're 60 days old, and the carriers that are going and picking them up are having claims like a motherfucker because their drivers don't know what they're doing, and they're picking up containers that have reefer motors that don't have reefer fuel in them, products messed up, and all kinds of stuff. Because they get 30 days to ship across the ocean, 30 days to get it to the receiver, and when it hits the 60 to 90 days, it becomes a claim and a problem. What are they going to do?
I don't know. They'll all be
full, so what are they going to do?
The whole world is going to shut down, and it'll all be claims and problems. Those T-shirts and tennis shoes coming in from China, they're all going to expire. The Michael Jordan logos are going to expire.
So is this like a one for all type thing where everybody cares, me, myself, and I, and you would care about other people, or is it the plan that we're working all these people? When I look on these boards and I see these networks, I see these carriers jumping in, all these people having trouble. One guy's making the money. It's me, I'm King, I'm the Jones. But the rest of the people out there, well, you fucking get with the program, get the rates. I see Bob Best in the group all the time talking. 1 minute they're talking about keep these rates high. But then at the other end of it, people are going broke because they can't afford to pay for the stuff in the store. So what is this, fucking Robin Hood?
I don't know.
I'm asking. We're on a show tonight, and all these people are on here. Everybody's being like everything's great in the world, but then all these people are coming in with lack of education. They don't know what's going on. They don't understand diversity. They don't have a fucking plan. They're buying used equipment because it's all they can find, right, Frank? They're buying 2013 trucks doing power only because there's no trailers, hiring drivers. And what are they going to do when they have a breakdown, Frank? Come to Ricky's shop and hope he has the parts?
I don't know.
Does he have them?
No. Pam's here, so we're pretty much fucked now. I mean,
what's up, Pam? I'm so glad you're here. Because Frank, I mean, instead of being quiet, Frank's getting mad because I'm interrupted. But the problem is, it's a two-sided fucking street, man. Because you go to all these Facebook groups, and one
it's
minute,
only it's only two-sided if you jump into the business and you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
well, that's the point. But we're sitting here talking about all these things about owner operators and all this stuff. But what is really the plan? Like, where's the diversity? It's a feeder eater world, whether you like it or not. It's a feeder eater world. It's like Ricky could go have company trucks, but why would he do company trucks when he's got enough lease purchase and owner operators coming in? Why would he take the sacrifice and the debt to do it?
Nothing.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
What's Jonathan Trimble running? I want to be home nightly too. Well, that's great. I want to make 500,000 a year. That's awesome. You're not going to do that being home nightly unless you have your own business and you have your own authority. I would not be the least bit surprised if we declare a national emergency and suspend all FMCSA rules. Now that I agree with, because I did see Peckerhead, whether you like him or not, or whoever, I don't give a fuck. Me and Frank do not get political, even though a lot of you guys out there say Frank does, because I defend Frank. I love Frank. He's like my bestest friend in the world. He always sticks up.
Let me just say this about that. I don't give a fuck what people think about my politics. It's my business.
I don't give a fuck.
And I don't give a fuck what you think about politics. I remember a time when people didn't talk about politics and religion in public. It was considered rude.
But I don't think they'll do a national emergency to spend the hours of service. I don't think that's happening because the hours of service has nothing to do with the warehouses in the ports, the amount of consumption that's coming in, Frank, or the warehousing, or the union that doesn't want to load 24/7. Do they, Frank? Or whatever else is the problem. Like, we can sit here and talk about the ports all day long. But are you guys a port expert? Do you guys drive ships? Do you guys understand that the barge people, they can't get enough tow barge people to bring in the barges, the ships to that, because the ships don't come in on their own, right, Frank? I read an article the other day that I didn't even know this, right? I didn't know the death ratio on guys that run tugboats. Did you know that's high? I was reading articles about why ports are in trouble. And did you know the death ratio of guys that bring in that chain up those big ships and bring them in is really high?
Yeah, I used to work for Crowley Maritime. That's what they do.
That's amazing. I didn't know. Yeah, so they're bringing in those ships. So even the barges that are the tugboats that bring in the ships can't even keep up with the capacity. So it doesn't have nothing to do. The FMCSA can shut down the hours of service thing, but it's still not going to change anything. We're just in a really fucked situation, right, Frank?
Oh, is it fucked or is it good? Is that good? Is that good? Is it a good thing or a bad thing that the economy's booming so fucking hard? We got thousands of loads sitting offshore that can't even make it on shore. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
But if they're not on shore, you can't make money, right?
They're coming on. They're coming on. They're just all backed up because this shit is booming.
I agree 100%. I agree with booming. What'd you say? It's been posted in the last day or so. They're going 24/7 on the ports. Meletta says, I just invested in a 40-foot gooseneck trailer. Let me take this other shit down, man. I can't even see Frank. I agree with Frank 100%. I just like fucking with him, guys. Just invested in a 40-foot gooseneck at a 3,500 Dodge. My first week, I grossed $1,400. What the fuck? That's my truck payment. I have my relationship based, but for my power only units, and I reach out to existing brokers and I work with. Holy cow, it's a long fucking message. You know we're on a show. All right. So I just invested in a 40-foot gooseneck and a 3,500 Dodge. Well, congratulations, Melinda. Why did you do a 40-foot gooseneck and a fucking thing? Well, Frank, don't be talking about midgets. I have a relationship based, but we need to get Chuck on here. But for my power only units, and as I reach out to my existing brokers, I work with, they don't do much hotshot. I feel I should have invested more time on research and less on seeing that the load board 3 months ago was lit up with banger loads. Well, now not so much. Now it's like 400 here, 400 there. What the hell? I can't do I can't do that. Enough payments, profit, and stuff like that. Well, what the fuck did you buy a hot shot in the first place?
Well, I kid and joke about the hot shots and the straight trucks on here. I pick on them and call them midgets and shit like that. And people will call Shaggy and they call me every day. What do I do with this hot shot? What do I do with this straight truck? And I always tell them straight up, I don't know. I'm not in that business. I can't help you. I'm not in it. I don't want to be in it. Never want to be in it. Here's what I can tell you. From what I've seen in hot shot deals, when the oil fields are going full blast, the hot shots seem to be running pretty good out west. And Shaggy knows a couple of guys that are running hot shots on the East Coast, and they're doing pretty good. For the most part, though, Melinda, for the most part, everybody's in the same boat you're in. They're fucked. And I don't know how to help them. I'm not in that business.
No, work harder now. Network, get with ecarriercheck.com, start going after customers more, learn the lanes. I do tell you like it is, Melinda. Fucking why did you buy a hot shot? Why didn't you add on more owner operators? Why didn't you fucking diversify your fleet? What was the point of buying a hot shot where you're going to put hotels and some 6'5" guy in the back seat of your truck? 40-foot trailer. What was the option of it? There's so much freight out here. Stuff's on the docks. Me and Frank are busting each other's chops just for fun because there's 30-some-odd people on here. And it kind of keeps alive because our topics are just going different directions. So we're having fun. But why did you buy a hot shot? What was the point? Was it easier to buy a driver? You felt like being entertained with a pickup truck? It's a semi-truck world. And the only reason hot shots are flourishing so much now is because for 5 months, everything that has to do with flatbed got held up because of COVID, Frank. And then everybody went shopping because they got held up for a year in their house. Did they not, Frank? A year. They went on vacation. They ran everywhere. They bought everything they on demand. Here's another thing you guys didn't think about. You know why the ports are messed up? It has nothing to do with the guys unloading the trucks because Pam said even they're running 24/7. Did you ever think of AB5? AB5 wasn't meant to hurt owner operators. It was meant to change the fucking port, the way the ports work. So if the AB5 is messing with stuff now, they don't have enough trucks. That's California's fault, not the rest of the United States, right, Frank?
Nah, but on those docks out there, same as the docks on the East Coast, all those docks are union docks.
Yeah, but
you don't work on a dock without a union card. That's one of the few places in the United States that the unions still exist. For good or for bad, that's what you got there.
But I just looked at an article where everybody's making fun of them, saying they're only working 8 hours a day. They're not working 8 hours a day. They're working 24. There's nowhere to put the stuff. There's not enough trucks. California lost all their owner operators because they did the whole authority thing and they fucked it all up. So now getting the freight out of California and all their politics, they did it themselves. Savannah and other ports like Houston are flying off the hinges. My brother is a failed hotshot. I tried to help him being successful, just like my dad being a driver for 25 years. And I tried to help him, but he won't listen. Hell, he's still pipe fitter. He's smart, having 2 careers. Did I read that right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay, I was just making sure. I didn't know if I am very uneducated. So, it is the states and their regulations. That's what people don't understand. Like California did it to themselves, and they're hurting them because some of the other ports are moving a lot faster. It's just California that's holed up with more ships than anything. Hell, I never knew that I'd ever have look at California on Google and go in on a satellite view. Okay, I was just making sure. There's nothing wrong with being half drunk. I'm drinking myself. It's a live show and stuff. So my brother has failed at hotshot, and I tried to help him be successful. Well, sometimes your brothers don't listen, and we get influenced, right, Frank? Influenced about stuff that we see on YouTube and Facebook, and we think it's the glory hole to be a hotshot or a non-CDL, and it's really not, because the lesser of the equipment you need to have, the more work you have to do in networking and building relationships, right, Frank?
Yeah, that's right.
So what do you want to talk about? You look all grumpy over there.
No, I'm good.
Hell, everybody.
Heard a lot of companies are moving out of California. Yeah, that's probably the case. That's always the case. A lot of companies always moving out of California. Taxes are high. Everything else is high. Transportation's high. they're regulated all the shit over there. Yeah, companies don't like that.
Hell, the biggest fraud state in the United States, Glendale Heights, California, and Las Vegas now are one of the biggest fucking. Oh yeah, I forgot. Frank delivered at 5 a.m. this morning too. I heard all morning about how Gwen needed to hurry the hell up and get the hell out of the way because Frank.
Pam, Jane loves her little bag you sent her. She loves that. She's trying to figure out how to use it, what she's gonna do. But she was sitting there staring at it when I came upstairs. So thank you very much. Is she gonna send you some black eyed peas and some more soup? So I hope you like the soup.
Why Melinda isn't what it is? What urged you to go and grow your company with a fucking hotshot?
She just said she was influenced. Somebody talked her into it. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Because I would never. There's one guy that's been with Shaggy for a long time, and I forget where I think he's based down in Florida. He makes it work. He works his ass off and he makes it work. Okay. And he is a dwarf.
Who you talking about? Chuck or Moneypenny?
Moneypenny.
Oh yeah, he is a dwarf.
He makes it work. But so many people, and I don't know. You know what, Melinda? It's like so many people get into. So many people want to get into brokerage. Why? In the first 2 days of Shaggy's boot camp,
they don't want to.
If you're getting into brokerage, if you still want to be in brokerage after the first 2 days of his boot camp, there's something terribly fucking wrong with you because he tells you everything. He tells you everything that you're getting into, all the work you're going to have to do, how much time it's going to take, the investment you're going to have to make, and the work you're going to have to do to build your business up. And most of them go, yeah, fuck that. I just wanted a side gig for when I'm not selling my diet pills.
Or doing credit fixing. I was one in addition to my job I've been working at for 20 to 30 years where I already have a cushion, my taxes, my insurance, I got benefits. I thought I could do this part-time. It sounds really good.
See you, David.
I don't have no credit, but I figure it's something easier to get into than buying trucks and stuff like that and doing that dispatching stuff because brokers really cool because I talk really cool. And they say all I got to do is make a bunch of calls a day, and brokers just want me to use them, but I don't know trucking or dispatch or nothing or how routing or planning or how Frank or Ricky drives their company. But I figured customers would just love me. It's only I just go to PFA and I put $800 down. And then I pay this person like $400 or $300 to get my MC number, and I go. It doesn't cost anything on a monthly basis to maintain software systems to keep fucking people from ripping you off, Frank, and coming after you. Because like we're in the world of co-broker and double broker.
Everybody in this fucking business is there to separate you from your fucking money. That's what they're. Well, you're going to buy a hot shot. You don't need no authority. You don't need no CDL. You don't need this. You don't need that. Well, they're telling you. They're trying to tell you that you go up and down the road and you see these big trucks floating around out there and you can get in the trucking business for nothing. Nothing is for nothing. It's not fucking free. Okay. It's not free. You're not going to get into this business for fucking free. You're not going to get into broker business. You think you can. You think you will. You're not going to get into broker business for free. It's not going to happen.
My favorite part about it, Frank, is
you're better off to open a fucking pizza joint. It's cheaper and it takes less work.
The things you have to freaking get on your knees for your customers, the claims that you have to do, the understanding that you guys have to do. Guys, the understanding of the lanes, the seasons, the maps, the negotiations. It's like we were understanding cost in our mapping and routing class today. And then I looked at people and said, you guys understand your cost and your routing and what it takes to double your household income after you pay everything else and then the drivers and company. Now, do you know your rates? Now go to customers and bid freight, right, Frank?
Yeah, go for it.
They're like, how hard is it? Well,
I see it every day on these fucking idiot pages on Facebook, these broker things. Well, I got my authority and I got my bond and I got me a computer and I'm all set up. So when y'all tell me how I get a customer? What are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Frank, this guy's trying to get me.
Have you lost your fucking mind?
Frank, this guy's trying to get me started.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Steven's trying to get me started. You know, he comes on all our shows and he knows what to push our buttons because he wants me to start talking about Universal and fucking Jermaine Jeffers and CDL for life. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to do it because we're not allowed. Frank's Melissa said I'm not allowed to bash people and tell people how stupid it is to go out there and put $5,000 to buy a truck and lease it on a Universal so some lady and her little butt buddy in fucking Chicago can fuck you out of your shit. And then what are you going to do, Frank, whenever you have that owner operator and you're investing in your driver fucking quits? You know, whenever that Shemaine lady goes and puts all her shit out and fucking her 30,000 people in CDL Life and they want to be the Joneses, right? What are they going to do, Frank, whenever they don't talk about the home time they're sacrificing, how they're not getting anywhere, the breakdowns, the maintenance? They don't talk about the taxes. They don't talk about when Universal fucks them over and they don't get a load on Friday, how they don't get paid, do they, Frank?
Yeah. Slack asses need to go home to mama. That's correct. That's correct. See, I've been driving trucks for years and years, and I like doing it. And Ricky came up to me the other day and he goes, "So, you want to go to Minnesota over the weekend?" I said, "Well, fuck no. What the fuck made you think I want to go to Minnesota? I don't even know why you asked me that." He says, "Well, just go ahead and take my truck and go ahead."
Steven, right here. Frank, you scoot it over to the left a little bit, Frank. You can't see it. It's right there. Hey, Steven, look, right here.
We don't care what people think.
We don't care what people think. Not at all.
Jesus. Still got 30-some people in here. Don't you people have any fucking thing to do tonight? No, it's Wednesday night.
No, it has been really mellow because I've been really calm, Frank. Like we haven't talked about brokerages or dispatching service or training schools or fucked up.
Well, you know, dispatching services are your favorite thing. I know that's your favorite subject.
But we're not talking about it right now because we've been focusing on what we're supposed to do about being owner operators.
That's correct.
We're staying on track, Frank, tonight. We're not fucking up the industry, talking about how stupid people are, how things are changing, if you guys are fucking retarded or whatever. We haven't done anything yet.
No.
We've been really mellow tonight, even though you're getting mad at me for over talking to you, but we've been really good.
Dude, on my West Coast dispatch time, still working. You guys are badass. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
David Bollies is our bike riding fucking Kirby, fucking Volkswagen Dirt, Arizona travel and freaking motorcycle ride / Harley broker.
Ricky says, but you would go again if I really needed you to. I got a heel for a couple days.
Ricky, you talked to me. He talked to me for like an hour, telling me how you were in the hospital and how he fucking hated that load and stuff. You know, you guys really should talk to me.
Oh, fuck. Here we go. Michael says, I got nothing to do. Jess Graham said, I got nothing. I've already made my revenue for the week. I know.
You know, that's funny. He asked, Brandon's like, would you here, Frank? Why don't you throw me under the bus? You've been waiting all night to get something to give me shit. So why don't Brandon ask, do I drive a tractor, a trailer, or a hot shot? Or does Melissa? Come on,
Shaggy's real good on the straight and level, you know, the open road shit. But when it comes to going to see, Shaggy's been to New York City like 432 times. He's never seen the Statue of Liberty because his ass is already in the bed. Melissa drives all that.
Yeah, Shaggy's the one that just drives straight. I don't back. I don't put it in the dock. I don't do anything. Melissa takes the tickets. She's the bomb. She's got the driving. We don't even want to get into
Brandon
that.
Says, hey, do y'all drive tractor, trailer, or hot shot or retired? You know, I drive sometimes. I just got back from Minnesota last night.
Now, Frank just started in trucking last week, and we thought about doing a YouTube / Facebook channel just today. It was
this is our first day. We're thinking this shit up as we go along. We're just making it up.
Hey, Steven, we love you.
Usually, Shaggy and I are on a different page on a different channel, and we do a weekly show about slow jazz in New York City. But this trucking thing, we just kind of found it, you know, tripped on it. We're just making this shit. We read some shit.
Yeah, really. I've never owned a truck. I don't know what it's like to have 25. I don't know what it's like to lose $483,000 in your first 15 months of business because you don't know what you're doing. I have no idea what it's like to be conditional, and I have no idea, Frank, what it's like to dispatch 70 trucks. It's stupid.
YouTube is a hell of a drug.
Is that wait, hold on, we're back up here on the top. Pamela says there's more work in trucking in this industry than anything. There is a lot of work, but the problem is where me and Frank are, we're rebuttaling us earlier because we're about talking about the ports and all this stuff. The problem is the difference is people are confused because they think DAT is the answer. That's why I pulled it up, and it's not. It's relationships. Today we did training classes with about 7 different people, and we called a few brokers, and we learned the difference between brokers like Frank's son Frank, and people like Corey and Josh Rackley and a bunch of other people that me and Frank have trained that are very, very successful. And how much freight do they put on the low boards, Frank?
The freight that's on the low boards is shit. It's leftover stuff that the mega carriers won't haul and the medium-sized trucking companies won't haul. And brokers get a hold of it. Most of these, a lot of them, I got nothing. I've already made my revenue for the week. Yeah. Just ran. Oh, I called just yesterday. She's like, okay, where are you at? I said, well, I just left Leroy. Where are you at? She said, well, I'm about to get to Leroy. And I said, well, where the fuck have you been? She said, well, I fucked off yesterday. I'll admit it. But she ran all day yesterday and all night last night. She still delivered her shit in Atlanta this morning. So that's a pretty good haul.
That's what I'm talking about. Just get whoop some ass and take some names, right, Frank?
Back it up and jack it up.
That's what I'm talking about.
But what we're talking about. What we're talking about right now, though. We're talking about owner operators getting into the business, knowing your thing. The biggest thing is that I do this all the time. And take one of Shaggy's boot camps or call him on the phone. Don't call me because if you call me,
being a trucker, holy
cow. You call me, Brandon. To answer your question, I've been driving since 1979. I own a brokerage. Sometimes I drive for Ricky Davis and his wife Pam. I've owned trucks over the years. I've had a bunch of different trucks. At one time I had 15, 18 trucks, and now I don't even think I do. I own one right now.
Keep going.
Turn and burn, boys. To answer your question, we've been in the business for a while. This ain't new.
I'm a rookie. Yep. I was drunk one day and I answered an ad in a newspaper in 2006. I met this girl in 2007. Frank likes her probably better than me. They mess with each other all the time. And she likes Frank like crazy. I think she likes more to fuck it with him than she does like really telling him she likes him because they rebuttal. It's like that love-hate relationship type thing. And it's funny because I got into trucking in 2007, and then by 2008, we had a kid, and her mom watched her stuff. In 2008, it was funny because me and Alyssa are driving around the country with a pug, my daughter that was 5 months old in a fucking car seat, and we were using a cricket stick to run as a team. Man, I remember Melissa used to go into the bathrooms for almost a year straight, and we had to blow up a tube so the baby could take a bath, in one of those blow up things like a bathtub. And I'd take a shower, she'd blow up the tub, and we'd do it. And it's funny because we got our authority, and I thought I was king of the world. And I went through 88 drivers, Frank, had 24 trucks in 15 months, made $500,000, and probably gave away 480 to nothing because of uneducated, lack of education, and lack of training. No one was ever there to help me, Frank. Were they there to help you like we do?
Well, my dad started a company way back in the dark ages. So I had help him. I had some help.
Right. Besides that,
I was telling Shaggy earlier, I said, I don't know why we bother to help these people, teach these people. Hell, they can learn on their own. It'll just take them like 20 or 30 years like it did you and me, to try to learn. And I put a post on my G3 page yesterday. I got 2 phone calls yesterday, people laughing. Well, you told me not you told me not to low fret broker right there. I've done it anyway. And now they won't pay me. What do I do? Fuck you. I don't know what to do. Good luck. I told you not to. You did it. Now you think it's funny? Good luck with that. Don't call me.
I remember sitting in that office in Brazil training those people and having 25 to 30 dispatch trucks plus my 24 owner operators, man, and teaching people all those years for 11 years, teaching Frank, even back when you called me.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to steal one of your best drivers.
I know you're trying to steal Ed. Shut up, Kenneth. I'll still do the face thing before it's over with. Don't worry. I'll do the mask and Beetlejuice, freaking Kenneth. So, okay, I will.
I think Kenneth's making fun of my Beavis.
He was making fun of your Beavis, but a few minutes ago he's talking about putting the mask on and doing the Beavis the Beetlejuice at the same time. Melinda says, "I appreciate you both, man. That is why we're here.
That's why we're here. That's what we're doing this for."
Me and Frank love educating industry, man. We love helping. We'll like we get grumpy and play along, but that's why you guys love us, right? Because he's like the junior Danny DeVito with a wig.
I don't have a wig.
No, it looks like a wig.
It's not.
Sure. How do you grow hair like that at the age of 80?
I don't know. I just quit getting it cut back when COVID first started because my wife didn't want me to go get a haircut. And now it's just kind of one of those things like, yeah, fuck it.
All these people are talking about my training class, Frank.
What?
All these students that we've had where you've jumped in and talked on Broker Week and different weeks where you come in and I've teach, they're all talking about if you don't join the boot camp, learn broker and trucking and dispatching, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I jump in for an hour or two usually during Broker Week and talk about brokering because that's what we do. My son, Frank 3, most of you guys have seen him. He
hasn't been on this show in a while. He used to. He hasn't been on here in a while. Usually he jumps in and raises hell or comes in when you're talking and stuff. Where's he at?
I don't know. I think there might be a young lady involved. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah. If y'all were around 23 years ago, I'd be rich. I wish this around.
God, I wish I was doing what I'm doing for you guys now, man. I literally, man, you know, being a trainer, being a teacher of the business the way that we do it, it's so much different than what I have. Like I get so many calls, man, with people that have bought trucks, that they're doing company drivers. They don't understand owner operators. They don't understand diversity. They don't understand getting customers. They don't understand when you have a brokerage, how you have to be able to call a carrier and be able to offer him more than just a load. They don't understand compliance. They don't understand profits and loss and breakdowns and where they're going to get trouble, if they're going to get parts. They have this fucking weird myth of shit. And I don't even understand. And it's really crazy for me, right, Frank? Because when I started my trucking company in 2008, nobody dispatched my stuff, my trucks, or made a mistake but me, right, Frank? When I got conditional, it's because of me. It wasn't because I used a dispatching service or somebody else. So, you know, and then in 2010, Frank, when I started dispatching 70, 40, 50, 60 trucks on top of my trucking company, I wondered why all these people were doing all this, but I really didn't wonder right away because I was making so much money. It's hard to wonder, right? Right, Frank? When you're making money off all these people, you don't really care at first, do you?
No, I don't know. I mean,
when you're like, if you go out there and you have $150,000, $200,000 of income fall out of the sky, do you really care how you're getting it? But then you start seeing the stories of when you see these people that come to you and you're booking their loads and you're booking loads because you think that's part of it, but you find out they don't understand the business, right?
Isaiah's fucking with you. Check it out. When somebody takes your courses, how do they get certificates now? I'd like to be one so people know I'm a certified.
Oh, shit. Where the fuck did he come from? Now he's riling us up, right?
He hasn't said a word all night. He's been sitting there gearing up for that one. Shaggy, you don't have to be an ass man. How did you know he was an ass man? I'm more of a tits guy myself, but yeah, Shaggy's
I'm always an ass.
Yeah, it's always.
Are we ever nice? I mean, I teach all the business. I answer the phone 24/7. I help people 7 days a week, including the weekend. I built a ton of companies. I get reviews in the chat like crazy. So does Frank. But I'm an ass man, you know? It's awesome. I love it. I like those compliments. I had an old lady tell me remember what was that, Frank? She told me the other day when I asked her about what she's going to do on these 7 problems. She said, I keep it. I'm going to put this on my wall. It's like,
oh, God, yeah.
I feel proud about this.
She said, "You're very negative."
person.
Shaggy's sitting there trying to tell this lady what it takes to be in the business. You are a very negative person. That's because that's what these people expect. Okay. That's what these people, they get on these Facebook groups and they go, "How do I be a broker? I don't know nothing." And somebody will say, "Why do you want to be a broker?" "Oh, you're an asshole. You're a bad person. You're Mr. Negative." No, stupid. There's more to it than just getting on Facebook and going, "I want to be a broker. What do I do now?" There's more to it.
This lady's building a trucking company at the age of 60.
Huh?
This lady's building a trucking company with her life savings. With
that lady will be fucking broke in 2 weeks.
And we're doing power only. And she's got a truck that's a 2013 with 700 probably 1,000 miles on it with a company driver. And she's going to freight chase with power only. And I gave her advice, and I'm an asshole. See that, Frank?
Oh, yeah, you're a negative person. Bad energy. You have bad energy.
Bad energy.
But hey, lady.
I am an ass.
Good luck,
Brandon.
Good luck to you. Hey,
assholes.
Hey, lady. Hey, look. Bless you, motherfucker.
We don't care.
We don't care.
You walk up all you want. He says, grow some. Jesse says, this is a quadriplegic guy, right? In a hospital right now that does 30, 40 calls a day. He just says, what do you say? Grows some thick skin. Jesse, grow some thick skin, motherfucker. Explain it right. We're talking truckinese here.
Truckinese.
Seemed like he was an ass earlier. You were an ass earlier. You're very clear on that. Don't get offended.
When I tell people the truth, they tell me I'm jealous of them.
What did he say?
Just said, when I tell people the truth, they tell me I'm jealous of them.
Yeah, I am jealous.
I wake up in the truck stops in the morning when I'm out in the truck, and I look around at the people around me, and I go, these people are all jealous of me.
Like Frank, like we're sitting here, like the only calls we get are people that came from Alex and Good Energy, fucking the masterminds of fucking brokering that you don't see as trucking, and half the people that taken fucking broker classes where they've never even seen a brokerage. They've never seen your son Frank or Corey, my partner, go in and open it up and show them what it's like to move 40, 50 loads a day. They've never seen what it's like to have a tanker fall over and have to hold a fucking $50,000, $60,000 claim, or a fucking radiator blows, or a fucking train get hit on the railroad tracks, or a guy that goes to a shipper receiver and he goes in and he wants to take a shit and they say no, and the guy before him shit in the urinal outside, blasted everyone. He has to clean it up, or shit in a plastic bag in his truck. And he gets mad and runs over the urinal before he leaves, and you got a fucking $10,000 claim because 55 gallons of shit are on the property. We're like being an ass because we're talking real about the shit that people on YouTube, Facebook, and everywhere fucking chat program don't want to tell you guys the fucking truth of real trucking, right, Frank?
Yeah.
He's not being an ass. Wow. Well, it's like, wow, you guys are a trip. When I tell people the truth, they tell them jealous. Yeah, Brandon, it's all good. Don't worry. Brandon's all right. Brandon will get over it. They got Valium and fucking pre-meds. And what is that stuff women take for pet metal balls?
Damn, if I know. I've never seen anything around my house.
I get commercials every now and then.
Y'all could be doing other shit, but you're helping us. Thank you, Shaggy and Frank. We love doing this. We do. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. I mean, we love
doing this. That's what we come here for, because it's so fucking hilarious. It's like me and Frank get on here and talk about all the stupid shit that happened in the industry, and you guys come and watch us because it is stupid. Because real people like Ricky and Frank and Pam and people that have been around forever, they know how much work's involved, how much homework's involved, how much networking is involved, how much it is important to make sure that when Frank and Quentin and Jason Husky and all these important involved as agents and brokers and stuff, they understand how more important it is, not only for Frank, Ricky, and all these people that make a living too, but them. And you guys are the ones following the Joneses and the fucking trucking gurus and the lady fucking boss chicks, and Pamela Quincy, and every other goddamn motherfucker out there that don't know what it's like to fucking run a trucking company or actually have a brokerage, because you call me up all the time and tell me that you've taken their shit, but they didn't show you shit. They didn't show you anything. They tell you about the easy shit, but they don't tell you about the work. the heartaches when Ricky, Pam, and Frank and people like us are out there at night making sure we can make payroll for our carriers, making sure we can make payroll for them, make sure our customers come through and the stuff that we're floating and the claims that are going on in liability. All those motherfuckers are doing out there in YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram are telling you what you want to fucking hear because you think this is like going to working at a factory or fucking Hardee's and stuff like that. I'm so sick of fucking dispatching services fucking calling me and asking why they can't do it or why they didn't learn the right way or didn't have a problem. And I'm asking them, why the fuck do you have a dispatching service and not a trucking company with owner operators? And they're like, because of the risk, liability, and the cost to do it. But you're running them? I'm sick of the guys getting predators by fucking double brokering and fucking dispatchers, service, virtual assistants from a country that can't even deal with the problems that we have right here. But it's cheaper and it's easier. I'm sick of all the drama with the ports and the fucking DAT promoting dispatching services, and they're the outsourced because you're too fucking lazy to do the work. I'm sick of people buying trucks, and it's working all their life to buy a truck and having money to go to Frank and buy a truck, and they pay cash, but they don't understand how to get their fucking money back. I'm sick of hearing all these calls every day for people that want to be the fucking Joneses because some dude that didn't even prove that he has the fucking business, like Frank's driving for Ricky and their partners and stuff, and these guys are doing stuff. He's on the road. I've been on the road. I understand what it's like to have 70 trucks and 25 of your own. You're learning for people that can't even prove that they had what they had. Mine's right there. I save it for you just to show you 25 filing cabinets and I don't even have to keep it all anymore because the IRS is over with. But I want to prove to you the stack of logs that my wife and Pamela had to go through to audit back in the day before there was technology. I want to show you the filing cabinets of all the drivers that Frank can even tell you about that I slaved all day long to make sure their family is fed before I got paid. And that's why me and Frank come on these shows to make sure that you guys understand it's not a free-for-all, right, Frank?
No.
It's not because we love doing it. We just want to get on here and have fun. It's because we want to tell you you're being fed lies, bullshit, and false information because it's not like what it is.
I've seen people take Shaggy's classes. I'm serious. I'm serious. I've seen people take Shaggy's classes, and 3 weeks later, they've got a thing on Facebook. Please come to Jacqueline's new freight training company. It's only $795. They take Shaggy's classes. They've never been in the business. They don't know anything about the business. They take Shaggy's classes, and now they want to be Shaggy. Now they want to teach the business. That's like these dispatch services. They were calling Pam. They started calling Pam. You should turn over all your disc trucks to us, and we'll run them for you. So you ask these people a question. Are you a broker? No. Are you a carrier? No. Do you have any kind of bond or liability insurance? No. Well, then who the fuck are you?
If you were on the
Why are you calling me? What the fuck makes you think I want to hire somebody that doesn't know dick about this business, doesn't know dick about how I operate for damn sure, or what I want to do, and turn my business over to you?
Tell them, Frank.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
There you go. Brandon's
Brandon
talking.
say,
We love having Brandon here, man. He's actor. Kenneth Young just told you amen.
You're right. I have no clue what it takes to be running a truck company. I have no idea what y'all have to deal with. And I understand me being a driver, y'all have to deal with the hard stuff with y'all being drivers. Y'all know a lot for sure. I'm not trying to be a dick. Hey, Brandon, ease up on your dick. We're all friends here, man. Everybody's friends.
Love you, Brandon. Even if you get offended by us, we'll still answer the phone.
Yeah, we still like you. You're really not one of us until we've pissed you off at least a couple times.
Yeah, at least 4.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
4. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, 4.
That's probably 2 for you tonight, but we got more. We got more.
It could be 4. That's 2.
So, you know, these people want to get in this business. Let me tell you something. This guy here in my town, in my little town that I live in right outside Nashville, Tennessee, he opened up a pizza joint, cost him $40,000. And that's for all the equipment, for all the ovens, the beer taps, refrigerators, all the stuff that he had to have. Went in, leased this little building, you know, and he opened up a little pizza joint. $40,000 is what it cost him. Well, less than that. Less than that. 20-something grand. Open up a pizza joint. That place is packed all night, every night. So much so that now he's going around these little towns around us and he's opened up 4 more pizza joints. 4 more. Now, why in the fuck would somebody doing hair or doing nails or selling diet pills or something like that get in their fucking head they want to go in the freight brokerage business when they could open up a goddamn pizza joint for 20 grand and be making a killing? I don't get it because they don't know dick about this business. It's a very regulated, very complicated business to be in. And if you're not prepared for that, tell them, Pam. If you're not prepared for that, good luck, motherfucker. You ain't gonna make it.
We got Shaggy Consulting Trade / GG Trucks and Freight Diapers if you need them. Just saying. They're on special right now. $3.99 for a 12-pack. Just saying. He said that right there. Like,
hey, get them while you can, because according to Shaggy, all those tampons and fucking shit papers, it's floating out in the Pacific Ocean somewhere, and it's going to expire before we get to it.
Well, we were talking about that. What we were talking about is the 6 phone calls of people that called me that the drivers went and picked up reefers on chassis and they didn't know to check the reefer motors, and the reefers are all expired, and it signed the bill of lading and took the transit all the way to the receiver and found out that it was expired when they went to the receiver and they got stuck with a claim. That's some bullshit right now.
Oh, yeah. Pam say it's a big fuck you if you're clueless.
Airborne infantry.
You catch me or Pam in the right mood, it might be a big fuck you anyway.
Man, look at that. You see that shit right there?
Yeah.
Frank, look at that. The quadriplegic guy is always waiting around for training, always waiting around for stuff. He's working like crazy. Like, he waits around all day just to hear us talk. He's lying in bed just for our show. We did a training class today, a map training. We had 2 new girls in there. Kirk sent his trainees in there, and I don't know if you warned them about my map training and routing training, but they were like, fuck it, I'm out of here. Like, it was too much. He was like, I don't know, they were a little overwhelmed. Jesse's in there, and I'm talking about him waiting around fucking with him because he's a quadriplegic. He's in the fucking hospital, man. Like, attention, with the screen on in my class. And they're like, did you know this guy just made fun of him like 4 or 5 times? Fuck that motherfucker, man. He works harder than half the people in this fucking show that's watching us tonight.
Brandon say, I'm about to start reefer and never done reefer. I'm coming from flatbed. What tips y'all have? Stay the fuck out of the reefer business would be my tip. Let me tell you something. Reefer is all about hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. You wait to get loaded. You sit around. You wait to get loaded. Then you got to haul ass to get there. And then you deliver to one of these food places or something. They leave you sitting in the parking lot for 12 hours, 24 hours. You finally get back in a door. Then they want to charge you $600 for unloading your trailer. You already blew your load for the next day. So now you got to go sit in some fucking truck stop.
No, that's
you got claims out the ass.
That's not it. That's
not all these people are telling you. All these people are Bobby, claims, Jess Graham. Leave reefer alone. Everybody's telling you. Dude.
I know. I got it. Here's what he's going to tell us in our show here in about a month. Hey, Frank, remember that time you were down there at Purdue Chicken over there and you're sitting there waiting? Well, you may not have been. I was there, and I swear I was in this chicken thing. And I knew when I didn't want to haul reefer no more, when I looked over to the chicken live kill thing pulling in where the chicken trailer pulls in with the chickens on there, Yeah. I've already been sitting there like 4 hours. I swear to God, Frank. I swear to most of the day that a chicken stuck its wing out the side of the trailer like that and said, "Hey, Frank, yeah, fuck you. I'm your load, motherfucker." You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Ricky, we're sitting in the shop shooting the shit one day, and Ricky goes, "Man, I've been thinking about getting a reefer," and I damn near fell out of my fucking chair. I said, "You're gonna get a reefer?" I said, "That'll last about 2 fucking days." Because let me tell you a little story. Let me share a story. I got 3 reefer trailers for sale if you're looking to buy cash money. Yeah, I bet. Ricky and I called Ricky up on a Saturday morning a couple years ago in February, cold as shit. I said, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm going to Phoenix, man." I said, "Why are you going down there?" He said, "It's warm." I said, "Well, pick me up." So he stops, he picks me up. We went to Phoenix. He had on a load of dog food going to a food distribution center down there. So we get down there and we're sitting out in that parking lot for about 4 or 5 hours. Ricky's screaming at the fucking broker. He's screaming at the people inside. Finally, I get out of the truck and he goes, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to go in here and get us unloaded." "I don't know how you think you're going to do that." So I walked in there and I walked up to the first guy. I said, "Can you help me out?" The guy said, "What's the deal?" I said, "Can you unload me so this motherfucker out here in the truck with me will stop screaming and yelling for 5 fucking minutes?" "Yeah, dude, pull on in door 4." So we finally got unloaded. I mean, anybody that knows Ricky Davis, he gets irate after like 12 minutes of waiting. Reefer is not the business for you. Reefer.
Dude, this ain't no lie. Ask Melissa. We could get her on here. I don't know why she hasn't popped out. Maybe she wore out for Taekwondo. And dude, we used to go all these reefer places and all these produce places with Earl Henderson where I got my own authority, right? And it's funny. And Jennifer just popped up. I seen her pop in. Jennifer, what's up? And it's funny, right? So it's funny because we go to all these Fresh Express, Dole's, Gentech, Madison, all these places, right? And you walk up and everybody's like, all these guys are mad. And for the longest time, we'd sit there and wait for the fucking lettuce to be picked out of the field, put into the washers, and then they put them in the bins and bring them to us, right? And it took forever. You know what I mean? Out of Salinas and Dresco's and fucking Fresh Express, Dole, Yuma, Gentech, all these places that I've been to. And it's crazy. So Melissa's like, "Man, what are we going to do?" I'm like, "Man, I don't care what the fuck we do. We drive like a motherfucker." And it's funny because I used to go up to these Spanish guys that always do the shipping and receiving, right? And I go in and they're like, "What's your truck number? What are you picking up?" You give them a load number. And they're like, "Yeah, because everybody else is like, dude, you're going to take forever. How long is it going to take loaded? Oh, you guys going to get me unloaded? Man, it takes forever. I need to go. I got things to do." And they're real assholes. And I'm like, fuck it, man. We stopped at Walmart on the way in. We got 3 movies and a whole bunch of food. You guys take all day long. Hell, you can wait till tomorrow if you want to. We're a team. We never get a break. Man, I tell you what, motherfucker. I went back to the truck, set in. Melissa's like, "How long is it going to take load?" There's a lot of trucks. I swear to God, we get the movie put in, the food cooking in the roaster, and next thing you know, some Spanish guy's out there going, "Hey, Henderson, door number 1." 5 minutes later.
Well, that's a sure way to get empty or to get loaded is start doing something like start a movie or the best thing to do is climb in the bunk and just pull the sheet just barely up, and then the fucking phone will ring. You just get it kind of like up to your neck.
Dude, because the first 5 guys in front of you are being assholes either because they're foreigners or Spanish or because they think they're going to be late and take forever. I'm always like, shit, take all the time you want, man. Anytime I can get time down as a team, I don't care. With produce places, oh, it's nuts. We got places. Almost lost the load, frozen chickens. Oh my God, it's freaking Frank's twin, Isaiah's.
Chickens.
Oh my God.
No, all logs. The DOT guy was, "Can I see your logs?" I go, "Don't haul logs, bitch. Haul chickens." Want to see my chickens?
See that hot rod right there? Look at that picture.
Yeah.
Ricky has no patience. Melissa has no patience. On the trailer, Michael Green says, "Uh-oh, you're in trouble, Frank. My wife just said you was calling me somebody else's name, Ricky." We call Bobby Green Ricky. I think Bobby Green has one-on-ones with me. He's never even used them because he won them one time. Matter of fact.
I don't know.
Yep, lucky we found a place for affairs before it thawed. Oh, I love it, man. I love reefer haulers. I like the ones that have the new reefers, right? That have the 2 different temperature gauges on them, the one for outside, the one for inside. People get confused and freeze a load of strawberries.
Yeah, that's always fun. Strawberries are fun because they turn black and you get hair on them. They're a lot of fun.
What's Kenneth saying right here? Did you see that?
You have to take your shoes off and get comfortable to do a good sleep for the phone to ring. That's right. Get your shoes off, get stretched out like this, and you go, "Yeah. We need you to slide your trailer tandems all the way to the rear and pull in door 8. Oh, she was saying that I have no patience. Yeah.
You don't have no patience.
You don't.
I have no patience. I'm too excited. You know it's 10 o'clock, Frank. We have had 26 to 30 people who have been on here for 2 hours, and we're rolling.
Yeah.
These people like you for some reason.
Me, yeah. I make people feel I'm like Santa Claus, people feel comfortable. They want to hug me and tell me what they want for Christmas and shit like that. I'm kind of used to that.
That's just because you have the hair. You need to grow the beard. You don't have a tie like me, though.
I have a tie, but not like that.
I have a tie. I wear it all the time so I can be professional with my mask. I keep it in here so I can stay ahead of the game.
Listen, I'm going to bounce. I really appreciate everybody tuning in and listening to us. We appreciate it. Shaggy's going to tell you all about his classes. Join my group if you'd like to, G3 Trucks and Freight. I try to go on every Tuesday night and talk about whatever's happening in the industry that week. And we do a lot of stuff like that. Shaggy and I used to come on every Wednesday night, but he's got his classes and everybody gets busy doing this and that. But we're going to start back doing this regularly and often. And
we're trying like crazy, aren't we?
Yeah, we're really trying to do it.
Guys, I don't have no time, man. I've got freaking my schedule's booked out to November. My classes are selling out like crazy and people are growing. And then my mentorship of helping carriers after the fact for free, Frank, it's just off the chain between you and me. We can't even keep up. You're selling trucks. Ricky's adding on owner operators. We're moving. We can't keep up stuff. The brokerages are flying like crazy. Schools are filling up, man. Like, I literally can't even see straight anymore. Like, I've got students here.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I've been going since like 4 o'clock this morning. Pam's right. I'm kind of tired. But listen, appreciate you having me. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. We love you guys. We talk hard and we talk gruff, but it's a hard, gruff business. I mean, you got to have a plan. You got to know what you're doing to get in this thing and make it go. You got to do the work. And that just drives me crazy when I see people, oh, okay, I want to be a broker. What do I do next? Well, you're going to have to do some work. Well, that one ain't what my friend Freddie told me. I ain't got to do no work. You suck. Oh, fuck you, stupid people. Stupid people. I got no time for it.
I know Bobby's been watching this forever, man.
Have a great rest of the week. Go to bed, boys. We're going to Pam. I'll see y'all.
I'm so tired right now, dude. I can't even see straight.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna beg out and let Shaggy talk about his classes, but thanks for having us. G3 Trucks and Freight, Kenneth. That's correct. You guys have a good night. Thanks for tuning in with us.
Excellent, guys. Hey, thanks for preaching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Pam, for joining in. Thanks, guys, for popping in. We try to do these shows. We used to do them like every Wednesday for 3 years, and it was crazy. And, the industry's changed. Everybody and their moms teaching and stuff. And, Frank's one of my best friends in the whole world. I got to get the truck washed. Good night. Guys, see you later. I know the numbers are dropping. Guys, make sure you share, tell people about what we're doing. And, if you guys are open at a trucking company, brokerage, or dispatching, or you're going to be an owner operator, or you get your authority, don't fall for these people. Learn everything. Learn brokering, trucking, dispatching, getting customers, compliance, safety, operations, liability, risk, claims, debt, and understand your cost, maps, lanes, seasons, all that stuff like that. Learn everything before you start. Don't just go out there and fall for somebody in one piece of the part. This is $1 trillion business, and there's so much risk, so many claims. You'll lose your ass tomorrow. There is nothing easy. There's no suit and ties and pretty shit. There's no executive meetings. There's no all this sheet trucking crap with Sheree and all these people. If they don't like it, go fuck themselves. Tell Sheree Moore to go fucking buy a truck and stop being a company driver and walk around in high heels with their little pom-pom squad people out there. My wife says she's a real trucker. She's been driving her 2000. And she knows what it's like to be payroll and pee in a bottle and do all kinds of stuff when they're fucked up places that you can't go to and stuff. And there's nothing pretty. She says, if you want to go out there and tell people how to run trucks, learn what it's like to have payroll for 25 trucks in a winter storm and be able to fucking make their payroll so their families are fed before you go out there and look all glamorous and hope you get all the awards because you're inspiring somebody. All these people have preached their shit and stuff, and they tell everybody, but what are they really doing? What have they really done? What is their story? What is their network? What are they doing to help companies? Why are they available? You look at that Alex guy, man. Every time Mastermind / Chef Ramsey goes through, I'm so tired of getting calls of people from these people that are doing it. And you used to think people weren't doing the work. That's the problem. We used to think people were taking people's classes and doing the work. But when I talk to these people that are doing it, they don't have a fucking clue. They don't understand about networking, running ghost trucks, building a network, building customers, how customers are no different brokers. You just have to know how to talk and all the stuff that's involved in controlling assets, you know. But everybody's about the 5 chicks with dicks and everybody's doing it. Then they got platforms where you got to pay for their time. And everybody wants to be, well, Roger said I can't say the Joneses. So everybody wants to be that person. They want to go on the Learjet with the golden chains, the ties, and the flashy shit. The hats turned on sideways and the big freaking bills with the gold teeth flashing. Well, most drivers don't have gold teeth because they slave on the road providing for the family while you get rich off their asses. And that's the part that's fucked up. Everybody's making money off all this shit, and it's not no fucking fun. Preference of what a niche you want to be in. Sex sells. It could be too many claims and what wait times. That's why I know your name now. You know, and you think about all this stuff, like every day I hear this myth where people are going to jump into this business like it's a yard sale. This ain't a yard sale, man. You got to understand the cost of a company driver. You got to understand the cost of a one truck authority. You got to understand the cost of a one truck authority and an owner operator. You got to understand the cost of a one truck authority, owner operator, company driver. You have to understand how all this fucking works and how to diversify. People aren't teaching you that because you guys don't want to do the work. You don't want to make the phone calls. You don't want to network. You want to sit at home in your fucking underwear, booking fucking loads on DAT truck stop 123, charge your percentage. Fucking, you don't want to take the risk. Everybody thinks brokerage is cheaper and easier, but it's not. There's more claims, more risk, and you got to. And the customers aren't as easy as you think to work with because if they were, why do you fucking go get customers yourself? You're not. You're using a so-called dispatching service. You're allowing yourself to get ripped off because you're using a dispatching service and you're not building no network to diversify your company. Your wife's still at home running and working a shitty ass job while you're out there running on your authority because you don't have enough money to come in for her to diversify because you have no plan. What kind of business is this that we live in? What kind of shit has this gone to? The whole double broker in Glendale Heights, Chicago, people stealing people's shit because it's that easy to do. Are you serious? This is what we came to in America today because of whatever you want to believe in. It's not like that. It don't have to be. You don't have to be that person. You don't have to fall for that shit. Make sure you're educated, you have research, you have a network, and you're helping others. You're helping others be successful through your will, and you're making multiple streams of income off of it. Don't be leaving money on the table because you think they're sitting there doing a really good job. Diversify. Go home on the weekends and build a plan. Make sure your trucks on Thursday are pre-planned out till Wednesday. Make sure you have business cards and flyers and stuff to give out to people. That make sure you understand the difference between dropping off a card and what back soliciting is. Make sure you're networking every day. Make sure your marketing tells a story of what you've done. It doesn't look like some dude that looks like he just came out of a farm with dirt all over his ass for 1942, but you don't have the suit and tie on either, just because you're the guy with the dirt and the suspenders and the flat tank tops and the flip flops. Make sure you have a story that tells why you want me to come work for you, why I should move my freight, and what's the timeline in the process. You know, there's so many different variables that go on that people have the lack of education for marketing. How do you keep people from stealing your shit? You know what? That's a great point. They can steal everything they want, duplicate, steal my maps, steal my training, whatever they want. But they can't steal me answering the phone 22,000 minutes of the month. They can't steal me putting my cell phone all over the place because I'm publicly available. They can't steal the drive that me and my partner Corey and Frank and all the partners from Penny Evil Sizer, Tom at Operify, Nick and Alex at Cornerstone, and all the rest of the people that come in and teach you about the business. They can't take any of that because we teach you the real stuff, the real movement, and we teach everything that's involved. We teach what Pamela and Ricky have gone through for the last 20 years. It's not the same. And I ain't a mastermind. I'm not using everybody else's shit. Do you guys like look at Alex at Good Energy, man? He goes out there, talks about paying out his mama's house, how's all this pretty shit. He's making all these millions. But why aren't the people that are working for him making millions? Why when he walks through a mall in Brunswick, Georgia, is he fucking dick? Why? I don't even go in there. I should bash people. I'm very, very sorry. And they can't steal the mask. They can't. They can't. Until you run 70, 80 trucks, until you diversify, till you have times where it's in the winter and you can't make payroll. There's so many different things that are going on. It's a bunch of shit. I'm taking about an MC number. I'm fucking me. When you call shippers to get direct freight, what do you say? What do you follow up with? So that's the same thing, Jennifer. When we call shippers, even back when I had my 25 trucks before me and Corey did what we did when we were agents, I'm telling you guys right now, just like Jennifer, when you and Jason were in my class, I don't know what Frank's doing or whatever. And I love Frank to death, but I'm telling you my side of it. I don't care if shippers need trucks or not. If you guys are sitting there cold calling shippers, right? And you don't have the trucks, I don't care about Frank's network or Corey's network or what you got. If you don't have the trucks to run the lanes that the shipper has before you call the shipper, so that way when the shipper's on the phone and he says, okay, Billy Badass, give me a rate, and you can give it to him, that's saying you never call a shipper and just say, hi, my name is Shaggy, and I'm with Carol Fulmer or G3 Trucks or Cap Logistics. That's not how it works. Number one, you acknowledge the person and say, hi, I'm Shaggy. How are you? I always like it doing it like that because then they always say, hey, great, how are you? Right. And I'm always like, great. And then immediately I listen to the voice of the person I'm talking to. Are they grumpy? Are they really pissed off at that deep boy with a, yeah, fine, what are you doing? What do you need? Or are they that lady that talks like she's so hyper that she's like on fucking crack cocaine? What it is. And then I acknowledge them. Then I find out who they are. I ask them as many questions as I can. Now, if it's that one grumpy guy that sounds straightforward, you're going to have to get to the point. Well, if I call him up and say, my name is Jennifer Husky, and I'm with whoever I'm with, and I was calling you because we have these trucks and we'd like to be able to haul your freight, and I'm a broker with this company and stuff like that. And I'd really like to be able to do it. Do you have anything that you need me to help you with or anything I could do? Because we're always in the area. We really like your stuff. Yeah, that's not going to help you none because they have problems and you got to solve them. And you can't do the thing. Well, I'm different than TUL, man. I ain't those big brokers, man. I'll be sitting here waiting for you all the time. My husband drives and everything's really good. And I would really like to be able to work for you. That's not going to happen either. Just like in the emails, when you guys see emails, if you're sending out emails going, my name is Frank Jr. and I have Frank Jr. G3 services and I want to be able to help move your freight. And I'm hoping to be able to work with you and move freight. Or you're Corey doing that too. Or any brokers, right? I'm just not bashing nobody. I'm just using them as an example. And you just be plain and simple and say, I'm not like those others. I'm available. You're not going to do anything there either. What freight is the customer having trouble with? What lanes are they having trouble with? What lanes are brokers moving? And do you have the trucks really ready to go? Do you have the rates of the trucks you have? And are you going to solve their problems? Because if I was to call a customer, email a customer, I would be like, hey, Jim, how are you? I got you off LinkedIn. No, just kidding. Hey, Jim, how are you? Thanks for your time on the phone call the other day. I just wanted to let you know we still have those flatbeds in the area and we can still do your lanes for $2.75 or $3 a mile. My trucks are still are tomorrow. I don't know if I see that you're still posting with brokers, but I have relationships with assets that are right there tomorrow. And I really like to work for you. We can get those loads done that you're having problems with tomorrow for this rate right here. We can get it done tomorrow. I can have the trucks in your lot. I would go and solve their problems. If you're not solving their problems in the initial conversation or contact, you're not getting any customers. And you can say all the demands in the world and thing, but that's obviously why you're talking, Jennifer, right here on the thing, because calling up saying, hi, I'm Jennifer with so-and-so isn't going to work for you because you're not solving any fucking problems. And if you don't have the trucks lined out, if you don't have the trucks lined out and you don't have the trucks ready to go, how are you going to solve problems? You're going to be like, can you hold on a minute while I go on DT and go to these network and find guys that'll haul your freight? They don't need that. They need problems solved right now. What do you think about people naming their company something crazy, trying to hook up a customer? Is it a turnoff or your opinion? It's a turnoff because naming your company something crazy. You know, my favorite name is Steven Logistics. And they're like, why is logistics? Because that's all they care about. And the reason why I use logistics is because I can know everything about a customer. I can know their lanes, how much they're moving it for, the product, everything they got, if they use assets or if they use brokers or everything. But I really don't know. I don't know what they mean. And it's funny because, Jennifer, everybody's old school. They're set in a way. They want to do 100 calls a day. They want to call them up and be like, my name's Shaggy. I'm with this kind of G3 Trucks and Freighter, Caraformer, Capitalistic, Shaggy's Logistics, and we want to call them up. And then you immediately go into your script. Why do you go into a script that you don't even need a script? Number one. And if you don't know their lanes and the problems they're having before you picked up the phone and call them, and you don't have the fucking trucks that if Jason can't pick up the load and Ricky and Pam's truck pick up the load, and you don't already have the trucks with the rates of the lanes the customer have, what are you going to do any fucking better than anybody else, Jennifer? What's Frank going to do? What's Ricky going to do? What's Steven Cheers going to do? You're going to do nothing if you don't have the trucks committed to the problems the customer has. You're not going to do fucking shit. Tell me what the fuck you're going to do. Tell me. I want to know. It's a turnoff, Steven. Anyways, I'll stop. That's a different week. And I don't get it. I don't understand why you guys think this is the way of getting customers. It's not. It's problem solving, but having the problem solved before you call me. Because everybody's calling me as the customer trying to problem solve for me. I want the problem solved before you call me. It doesn't do nothing, Steven. The word broker does something. If you got broker in your name, that's kind of like going up in front of your preacher at church on Sunday and looking at your pew and going, fuck you. That's like a carrier that wants to, when a factoring company calls, the first thing you think about factoring right off the back is I don't need it and they want to take my fucking money. Well, what do you think a broker is? Honestly. Brokers don't take the claims, even though they have to hold them up in front of them. They eventually get paid. The carrier's holding all the liability. The carrier does the load. The carrier has to get it all done in time. The carrier has to get it delivered. It's crazy. Right, but you only have so many trucks. You can only handle so much freight, Jennifer. Do you know how much freight the customer has? What do you think? They're just going to give you a couple loads? They might. It depends on the customer. I mean, Pam and Ricky have customers. You know, when you're going after new ones, Pam and Ricky have to help those customers. Right, but you have I got you have your brokerage, but you have your brokerage. What are you doing? Putting them on the load boards? What if you have your brokerage and you only have so many trucks? What trucks are going to help you? Tell me. What trucks are going to help you solve the problems of customers? And do you have your fucking lanes on the rates of the lanes that the customers having problems with before you call them? Only so many are going to let you take the time to go and try to find the carriers to get the rates that you need. And a lot of times, is that freight the freight that you want when you have to do it, Jennifer? Or do you want to have that done already? On that note, guys, I love you to death. Just like Frank says, we love Jennifer. We love everybody. We love Jason Husky. Man, I'm so glad he made it through all that crap. They're like family to me. We love racing. We love trucking. We love everybody in the business. You guys are the best. One truck doesn't solve. We don't have enough. We have our own brokerage. One truck doesn't solve shit. And having a load board and rate mate system doesn't solve shit. Mm-hmm. Yep. So how many carriers? Well, I mean, you're the one opening up the questions about selling, because if you have all the private carriers in the world, then you obviously you got the carriers and the rates. Then why aren't you solving the problems for the customers and getting the freight, Jennifer? You're welcome, Jennifer. You know I love you. You and Jason, you're my favorite. Everybody's my favorite, but you guys are awesome. I love the hammock. Jason's awesome. Thanks for everything. You guys are more than welcome, guys. Peace out. I'm tired. It's 10:30. I have to be back in the office at 9 o'clock to do more route training at 10 tomorrow. And I got Joanne here until tomorrow night. And then we got some Gen Con thing with my daughters where we have to dress up with crazy shit. So you guys take care of yourself. Be really good. Be good. Have a great night. We thank you for you guys doing it. We'll try to be back. Next week, we won't be back. Me and Frank will try to be on Friday. Hopefully, I got 2 boot camps in a row, brokering and trucking, dispatching next week and brokering the week after. Demetra, thanks for tuning in. Route training in the AM. Yes, I do. Oh. Peace out, guys. Thanks very much. Thanks, Giovanni. Peace, guys. Share the videos. Everybody take the time to share. Spread the word. Keep the movement. Peace out.